Doing it now.
Oh, we are live. Oh my goodness gracious.
Live from 1984.
Yes.
Living in the 1980s.
This is the one we were looking forward to from the time we started talking about this.
We are live.
Oh, that's terrible, Arturo.
Yeah, I muted it.
Oh, I was like, yeah, you don't need. Do you have your earbuds in?
Is Galen Galen Carlson there? I know he was been waiting for this. You're one of your followers.
Who? I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he's here. Oh, but there's one viewer, so I don't know if that's him or not. But how are you able to hear it? You don't have earbuds in. How is it not causing feedback?
What are you talking about? You mean
because I heard feedback a second ago.
I muted it though. I muted it.
Okay. Hopefully it won't cause an echo.
Yeah, I doubt it.
So far, so good.
Yeah. I did an interview the other day, and the guy I was talking to, he had only one. He had the side with the mic in, and the other side was open.
Oh, Matt Rice.
The problem is that when he talked, it was causing feedback because it was picking up from the other earbud.
So Matt,
Hey,
yes. I had my brother not cancel, get out early.
Oh, nice. Oh,
I hate you too, Norm.
Hi, Glenn. Good to see you. Good to see you.
I guess we'll do the introduction now. This is the Arturelia movies and showroom discussion with Corey Michaels movies and also Matt Ayer and Matt Rice.
I hear dishes clattering.
Yeah, my mom's favorite year, 1984, because
from
a particular thing, definitely.
Obviously.
Well, I think we can. Well, I don't know if we can agree, but it seems like 84 is a pretty big year for film.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know, Mom, since you were really wanting to talk about this one particular thing, go ahead.
What, Terminator?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, we're in 1984. You might as well talk about Terminator.
Okay, so Terminator. Let me get it out of my system. Oh! Speaking of Terminator.
Do it now.
This is a poster that Corey gave me.
Yeah.
And it's gonna go behind me eventually. I just have to figure out a nice way to display that. I also want to figure out a way to display these little figurines that Arturo got me.
Yeah.
For Christmas. My Wonder Woman figurines. So Terminator. I think Arnold had 2 movies come out in 84. Was Conan the Destroyer, and also Terminator. Now he was supposed to be filming Terminator, but because there was this contract thing going on with the Conan people, he had to. We can hear everything that's going on Matt's side.
Oh, sorry.
Matt Rice's side. I'm hearing conversations in the background.
Sorry.
It's okay. I just thought I was hearing double. So then he had to go and film Conan first before they could start on Terminator, so that got delayed a little bit.
Yeah, and I didn't know that until today when you mentioned it.
Yeah, that was just a little piece of trivia that I thought was kind of interesting. Hi, Shane. Good to see you.
That was the second film?
The second, yeah, Conan the Destroyer was the second one. And for a long time, that was my favorite. I don't know why. It just was. Honestly, I was obsessed with Arnold back in the day. I mean, I still am, but I just was like everything Arnold. And for some reason, I like that one better. But now I realize that Conan the Barbarian is actually the superior film.
The first one.
Yeah. So anyway, Terminator. We got that out of my system.
Mm-hmm.
Best film of the 80s. As far as I'm concerned. I mean, I could talk about it forever, but I don't want to monopolize the conversation.
All night talking about that.
I know, I could. Honestly, I could.
I mean,
we could go into detail about it.
We could say it's Arnold's maybe most important movie.
Yeah.
Who's putting away dishes?
I think it's on Matt Rice's end.
It is. I don't know why he chose to do it now.
Oh, I know what I can do. I can mute you for a little bit if you want.
Oh, he's done.
He's done. Okay.
Let me mute myself. I'll like.
Oh, because you can control better according to the sounds going on in your area. But yeah, definitely it was Arnold's breakout role. There's no question about that at all as far as acting.
I was surprised that it didn't hit like blockbuster sales. I was thinking that did do like really well, but it didn't even make it. It was a top 10.
It was probably more of what, an underdog kind of, not an
Yeah,
underdog,
and
like a sleeper hit.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good one. Sleeper.
Yeah.
That's what
And
it was.
Terminator 2 was the mainstream blockbuster.
Because by then, Terminator had gained this huge, following of people that really loved it. I mean, it was like cult status and beyond. So then when Terminator 2 came out, it was guaranteed it was going to be huge.
But back to the first one, since this was the one that started it all in 1984. I mean, James Cameron, he was kind of poor at the time, right? When he made that film,
he wasn't super well off, I don't think.
Yeah, he was.
Was he like living in his car or something? I can't remember, but he wasn't on up there.
He had all this stuff to make this movie. I mean, it's like how could he have?
Well, he budgeted his money very well. I can't remember all the details as far as the financing and stuff like that, but the basis for his movie was he had some sort of fevered dream. I think he was somewhere in Europe, maybe Italy, and he was sick or something, and he was having all these crazy dreams and hallucinations, and that was the basis for what became Terminator eventually. Okay. Yeah, and I can't remember Lance Henriksen, who played the detective that got shot one of the detectives that got shot during the police shootout, the white skinny guy.
Yeah, he's in Aliens, right?
Yes, yeah. He actually wanted to be Terminator. He tried out for the role of Terminator.
Yeah, that guy.
Because Terminator was originally Terminator was supposed to be someone that could just disappear into the crowd and didn't stand out, which Arnold is the total opposite of that. But Arnold wanted that role. I can't remember if they wanted him to be Kyle, which I don't know. It just obviously now it's like that just never seems like that would work. And he wanted to be the Terminator, and he convinced James Cameron, and the rest is history.
Yeah, I mean, and it worked for him. The story, if anybody hasn't, I mean, by this point, I'm pretty sure most people have watched this movie, but it's a time travel movie where they are sending a cyborg to kill this woman that will give birth to someone that will fight against the cyborgs. Or
the machines. Okay, Glenn, how do I rate Terminator 1 and 2 on a scale of 1 to 10? So Terminator 2. Well, I'll just answer the question since I'm the one obsessed with Terminator. But obviously Terminator 2 was like a 10.9. I mean, it's like above. I love Terminator 2. It's just, and ever since they fixed the digital stuff, fixed it digitally from the mistakes from the second movie, now it's just perfection to me. Right. So Terminator 1 would be, because before Terminator 2, Terminator 1 was my favorite of all time. And so I guess I would say Terminator 1 would be 9.75. I mean, just about as close to 10 as you can get. So
might as well be a 10.
That's it. Wait, just about.
Evan Horvat, I don't know who any of you are, but I will come back someday later. I'm curious. Hello from Germany.
Oh, Ivan. Hi, Ivan. We're just people on YouTube talking about movies.
Nobody's here.
Yeah, and I do reactions and commentary and reviews on mine. And Arturo, I'll let you speak for yourself. You and Corey.
I do original content and reviews and stuff on my channel, and Corey, you do like reviews and collection.
Yeah. Put out lackluster commentary and mediocre.
No.
So.
No, it's not. It's your channel's fun.
No, you
have a funny sense of humor.
And Matt Air likes to talk about anime.
Mm-hmm.
And Matt Rice is he's a gamer. So
and here we are.
Yep, here we are.
Here we are, just talking about stories and fun stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but yeah, Terminator, I really enjoyed it. I will tell you this: the first one, it always gave me a horror vibe.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
creepy. Yeah. This android trying to kill
It's definitely
Sarah.
more like gritty than the second one.
Yeah,
But
the
it's
second
also
one.
not the blockbuster. It's more like an underground feel, or I don't even know.
Like an indie type of maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
It did well though. I mean, it did well.
Well, yeah, but as you see in the box office, nowhere near the top.
Yeah, but
As far
I
as
mean,
cult status, yeah, I mean at this point that doesn't even matter what it did at the box office. So
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I mean, it's also an '80s classic.
Yes, it
from
is.
84.
Yes, it is.
And Mom, you've mentioned it before on the podcast, I believe, but the day that you saw Terminator,
my story, I have mentioned that so many times. I don't know if Corey knows it. Maybe he has. It just brings back these fun memories to think about it, even though that was actually a terrible day at the time because I thought I was going blind. I was in typing class and I thought I was going blind because I couldn't see right out of my right eye, and I'm like doing all these like and I started crying, and I talked to the teacher and I said, I'm going blind, I can't see, and she's like, oh honey,
watch Terminator.
Honey, you're just having a migraine. And I'd never had one before. I've had a few since then, but it scared me. So my dad came and took me to the doctor's office, and the doctor gave me medicine. And then on the way home, we stopped at a gas station that had a video rental store right next to it. And we go in there, and I saw Terminator, and I had seen it several times. My mom and dad had actually told me about it because they saw it first and they loved it. Now they don't because they're older and things like that. They don't like it.
It's
but
just crazy.
They introduced me to it. So I saw it and I'm like, oh, I'll just go ahead and get it. And we get back in the car. We go home. I'm getting sick to my stomach because migraines can do that. We pull into the driveway. I run inside the house, barely make it in time to the bathroom to be sick. And then that's all over with. I take my medicine, and then I take my tape and I go watch Terminator. And it was excellent. I mean, that movie gave me chills. I love the time loop aspect of it. I love how everything the writing in there is so excellent. And I talked about this with Critical Drinker when I had the interview with him, but I don't know if you know this bit of trivia, Corey, but have you heard about that there's some deleted scenes from the movie, but have you heard about the one that happens at the very end when they put her into the ambulance?
Oh yeah,
maybe not.
I've heard you talk about that.
They should not have cut it out. So they put her in the ambulance, and they had this big showdown. Oh, okay. I will send you a link, Ivan.
Yeah, I was going to mention that he asked for that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard for me to type and talk at the same time. And actually, when I type, I'm typing under your name. It's popping up under your name instead of mine. But so anyway, they have that battle in the factory with the machines and everything. Yeah. So when they put her in the ambulance and they close the door, they cut it right after that in the theatrical release. But in the extended, like when you see the rest of the scene, the camera actually pans up to the building and you see the name of the place where they had their final battle is Cyberdyne. It's like, why did they take that out? That's so excellent.
Sometimes I'm thinking, why did they do that in movies?
It
happened in Terminator 2 where they cut some stuff out, but it's like, why would they take that in out?
It was such a small, tiny bit of footage too. And maybe he wasn't thinking about a sequel at the time. I don't know.
Yeah, it's that, or they have to cut it for timing. The studios want some movies at a certain point.
Yeah, so, I guess. I mean, it's effective to end the scene by slamming the ambulance doors. I mean, that's kind of an effective scene closure. But the problem is that was very vital, that part about Cyberdyne. I mean, looking back now, you see how vital it was. And So anyway, all sorts of cool trivia in there. I guess you guys know about Franco Columbo. He was one of the Terminators. He and Arnold were really good friends. And how, what's his name? Kyle was sort of an inspiration for Snake.
Yeah, that picture.
The way he was dressed.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, just
really pop culture wise, really.
Oh yeah, I mean,
great music, great soundtrack
right there. So.
Yeah. Oh, love it. Now I want to watch it. Now I want to just watch it.
Right.
I mean, technically that was James Cameron's baby, but now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's like what happened.
Okay, so we can spend all night talking about Terminator.
I obviously could. You know I could.
But we got a lot. We have a lot in 1984 to get to.
Let's
so,
see. So
We do. So I shall stop talking about that movie.
So if you want to talk about the highest box office, which one thing I saw showed Ghostbusters, and the other one you're looking at right now
it's
shows
Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
yeah.
guess which will we talk about? Beverly Hills Cop, since that's number
might as
one.
well. Let's talk.
I mean,
about
I
it.
haven't watched it personally, so I
Bro.
don't know. I know.
What about-
SIDH.
What about Ghostbusters? Have you seen Ghostbusters?
I've seen the first one. I haven't
Okay,
seen the second one.
Okay, because I've seen every Ghostbusters. I remember watching the first two when I was a kid. I wanted to watch the new Ghostbusters that was supposed to come out this year,
Oh yeah, that.
but with the next year, maybe.
The trailer
Yeah,
looks
yeah.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if
pretty
it gets
good, yeah.
released, it's weird with the whole releasing thing.
Well, because of the whole pandemic.
Yeah,
We're over the women charge Ghostbusters one, so
I haven't even seen that
on
one.
to actual lore.
Not interested.
I mean they could bring that one into the original Ghostbusters. There are ways.
Yeah.
Elsewhere. So, Ghostbusters, yeah, good time movie. Not my favorite '80s movie.
Yeah, I liked it. I
It's
mean,
good.
it fits with that period with all the other good '80s films that you could just sit
Yeah.
back and enjoy.
Classic Bill Murray,
hmm
and I don't know. It's a bunch of guys in New York hunting down ghosts.
Yeah.
What more needs to be said? It's Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
It had a great song to it.
hmm
my dad remembers that song.
Yeah.
When he was
I mean, it
living
was. Yeah, he was all the way down in Mexico, and he was aware of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, pop culture, like when it came to that time, it was just spreading everywhere. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were there two versions of the VHS tapes? I remember being little and seeing two versions of the first movie. There was a PG cut, and then there was like a
What?
PG-13 cut.
I don't know. about
Really?
I vaguely remember seeing something. It was like the PG-13 cut had more language in it or something.
Oh,
Because
okay.
of the way the 80s were. And I remember watching the movie. I remember being like 3 or 4 and watching the movie.
Mhm.
Oh wow.
So I don't know if they may have trimmed it down because parents may have complained.
I mean, possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, I know.
I've only seen it once, I think. So I don't.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
Yeah, it's fun. I was never hugely wowed by it, but it's a fun time.
Yeah.
I liked it.
No.
Yeah.
Oh
it's
no,
not-
twice.
it's
I've seen
not
it twice. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not my favorite. I don't know why. I know a lot of people love it.
But it's that
Yeah.
80s. I mean, it's an 80s classic.
No, I like
That's for
it
sure.
quite well. I would watch it right now, but
Yeah.
there's just so many good 80s movies. I guess it's
Too many. There's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
too many.
so anyways, I guess Beverly Hills Cop, which is a little surprising that it's that high, but at the same time not surprising because Eddie Murphy was coming out,
Mm-hmm.
as a pretty big comedy star,
Yeah.
and comedies
Yeah.
always do well, it seemed like. But that was more of a like an action comedy. It's
Mhm.
really doesn't rely
It was
just
serious. It was comedic, but it was dark too. I mean, if this at the beginning of it, isn't like his
Mhm.
partner who gets killed, and
Yeah.
it's
Oh, I'm getting
it's not.
it's
Well,
it's,
I mean, that sets up the story. It's not like a lighthearted. It's not totally lighthearted. There's some real
No,
seriousness
it's not.
to it. I think you would
Yeah.
like it.
Mom, when you reply to people,
I don't know why
They
it's doing
say-
that.
Prince
Why
Biden is
would-
my brother's favorite.
I know. I know. So
And
when
me
I
too.
reply, and it does it with Corey's too.
Yeah, it's
Dude.
it's fine.
people just realize my mom is replying. Whoever's watching it, either in Corey Michael's
I'm the one that's mostly replying, and I'm trying to talk with people in the chat.
Yeah, Sim's Corner is the one replying.
Yeah.
Corey doesn't have.
I need to remember to put my name, Sin, before I reply.
Yeah.
I'll try to remember to do that.
Also, one of the greatest and most 80s soundtracks of any 80s movie.
I thought the music video came first.
Well, not
Or at
even
least
just
the
that
music.
song. I mean, that song.
Axel F. I love that
I
song.
mean, you have that song. You have like "The Heat Is On" at the very beginning.
Oh yeah.
Dance. I mean, just so many 80s like
Oh yeah.
songs.
And then you
throughout
did
it.
that video back like 10 years ago. You know, you
I did
Something
You
Corey
like a-
did?
Yeah, remember, Mom, that video we made a long time ago where Corey's walking with like, you had glasses, you had a hat, you had like a jacket, and you're like walking with that. And then you hand me an envelope.
Oh, just one of those funny
Yeah.
videos you guys did.
And, gosh, that's been 10 years.
and you've still not seen the movie,
No, I have not.
so you need to hop on that.
Yeah. I would like to
There are
watch
so
it.
many 80s films, so many classic
Yeah.
80s films that Arturo has not seen.
And,
And
We
we
just
got one of them under our belt tonight, but you hadn't seen that one either, Corey.
Yeah, Romancing the Stone, which is
Romancing
also
Stone.
1984.
Yeah, we just recently watched that one. So
Yeah, like a
it's
few minutes ago we finished.
it's a mixture of romance, adventure, kind of Indiana Jones sort of, and
Oh, was Footloose in 84?
It is. It
Oh,
is.
okay. Yeah, we were talking about that briefly.
Mhm.
huh.
Yeah.
What is that one about? Do you know?
Okay. Do you remember the scene in Guardians of the Galaxy? when
Which-
she when what's his name? Star Lord is talking to what's the girl's name? Gamora?
Gamora.
And
yeah.
he's saying oh gosh, I can't, I'm paraphrasing, I'm gonna
Kevin
screw it up.
Bacon.
He was talking
Kevin
about Kevin Bacon goes to this place and teaches these something about, he references people with sticks up their butts.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, why would people put sticks up their butts? That is gross. I love that scene. It's so funny. But basically, Arturo, what it is this guy, I've only seen it, I think
you
that one
told
only
me.
once.
Yeah.
He comes to this town, and it's a very ultra religious type of town, and they don't believe in basically fun of any kind, which includes dancing, and he likes to dance. And so it's just basically a movie about him, this misfit, and how he's interacting with the people of the town. And I think the big rebel thing they do is like throw a big dance or something at the end, or
It's the 80s. I mean,
yeah, I know, right?
what else are they gonna do?
We could also talk about
Oh, you're so lucky, Major Payne. That's awesome.
what's that?
He said they talked their band teacher into letting them play Axel F as they marched onto the football field. Oh my gosh, that would have been so much fun to hear. I love that song. I really like that song.
Another film that came out in '84 was Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
I mean, I personally like that film. I mean,
That was my favorite one for a long time.
well, I mean, Mom, you tell us the times that you've repeated the lines at the very beginning, or the music that starts.
I was obsessed with that movie. I remember actually by the time that movie came out, we were living where we are now, and that was when we started to get, eventually we got a VHS player and a monitor that would hook up to it. And I had already been aware of Raiders because I watched it at your mom's house, Corey, and we were both teens. And I was obsessed with Harrison Ford and was really looking forward to Temple of Doom. So I remember when it was in theaters, but couldn't see it until it came out on VHS because I didn't go to movie theaters much at the time.
Right.
And I was obsessed with that song that Lily sings at the very beginning. And I taught myself how to sing that thing phonetically. Though how long it took me to do that, it took forever. I just wrote down how it sounded and I could sing the whole thing. Now I don't remember much of it, but I thought that was amazing.
We also have I didn't even know. I mean, if I did, I might have forgotten. But you have that lunchbox of Temple.
Yes.
Of Doom.
Yeah.
And where is it? I could hold it up to the camera. I think you took it. And no, you can't have it, Corey.
I need it.
No, you can't have it.
I
And
would like to
that
know
was
if
one
there
either.
is. I mean, it's there somewhere.
But yeah, that's become actually my favorite Indiana Jones, believe it or not.
Yeah. The Chinese. Oh, you heard her Chinese version before the English. I think I did too, actually. Unless maybe we sang it in chorus class, the English version. I can't remember, but yeah, I like her version. I think better than the English version.
Really?
Yeah, because I mean, it was because it's attached to a cool story.
So it was wait. There was a Chinese lyrics of that of her singing it.
The what she sang at the beginning is an English song called "Anything Goes."
Oh yeah.
So, okay, what were we talking about? Lunchboxes.
I mean, it's a technically a prequel.
Yeah,
Prequel rated to start.
and people didn't realize that at
Right.
the time.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if okay.
Doesn't it say at the beginning what the year is?
At the beginning, because in Raiders of the Lost Ark it says 1936. When this film starts, it's 1935. It should be obvious.
Okay.
Yeah.
And yet, like Matt, why do you think people didn't like get it at first?
The kid, you know the kid that he picks up, he's not in the first movie.
No.
So if
yeah, you're right.
So people would get confused with what happened with the kid.
Right.
I think in some novel or something, Indiana Jones sent him to boarding school. That's why he's not in the second movie. But he doesn't really show back up.
It would have been cool if he did.
So people got confused with why does he have a kid in the second movie?
Right.
If it's a prequel and the kid's not in the first movie.
Right.
Also, the girl that he's with, why is he with her? And then a year later...
Well, because kind of like James Bond, you know, he just jumps from woman to woman.
Also, wasn't the second girl the director's wife at the time?
I don't think they were married at the time. But I think that's when they met and fell in love, and then they got married.
Yeah, and that's why she's never shown back up. But but they had, like, if you're not paying attention, you would just think it's a sequel.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
well, especially because they sort of tie back around to what happened in the first movie. Remember in the marketplace, the bazaar, when he pulls out the gun and shoots the dude with the sword, and then in the second movie, he tries to do that too, but his gun is gone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's the thing with the Indiana Jones series. It's kind of like he moves on to another, just a whole other plot, and it's almost like those cartoons where something happens in this episode, but then in the next episode, like it's kind of forgotten that it happened, sort of like that. I mean, you could look at it as if he, they moved on.
I mean, there's little tidbits that carry through each of them.
Yeah,
Harrison Ford is like a what do they call those people that jump to women?
A womanizer.
Womanizer, yeah, he's a womanizer.
A ladies' man.
Yeah, ladies' man. And we watched that interesting documentary about Indiana Jones, where they kind of think where they could have gotten inspiration from. That kind of went through adventure. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was interesting.
But and there was like a castle that kind of, I guess, would have an inspiration for the movie, but. Yeah, the Nazis were all about that Holy Grail sort of deal.
Yeah. Oh, we jumped now to the third movie. We jumped to 89. Pull ourselves back to here we go again.
A lot of people had problems with it just because of the PG-13. Well, because of that scene that happened, so they put PG-13. This may have been the first year they did a PG-13.
I think it was the whole reason PG-13 got started.
Yeah. And don't forget, in 1984, Gremlins also came out.
Yep.
And that pushed the PG rating.
Right.
Because people apparently thought it was a little dark.
Yeah.
It was.
Movies that...
I mean, it wasn't that terrible.
But it's more than just a regular family-friendly film, Matt.
Is it? I like those.
Oh, here we go.
I thought they were nice.
It's not a family-friendly film, Matt.
I know. Thank you. Thank you. It's not. But it sort of kind of is, but like for older kids. For younger kids, it would be pretty scary.
I was kind of concerned. There was one scene in the Gremlins that I saw at the end that made me jump just because of how disturbing it was.
Which one was that?
That was the first Gremlins.
No, I mean, what scene? Was it the one where Spike comes out of the water?
Was that the Gremlin's name?
I think that was his name, right,
Yeah.
Corey? Spike?
Yeah.
Spike or Stripe?
Yeah.
It was Stripe.
Stripes?
Yeah.
he came out of the water and he looked all deformed because of what.
Yeah, because his hair's striped.
Yeah.
Yeah. See,
Grim-
we need to watch it, Toro. I can't believe you have not seen that whole
I've seen
thing.
at least part of it to understand
Not
what
enough.
was going on, but I would like to watch
I
it.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Gremlins. I remember also reading that read-along book of Gremlins too.
Yes.
That also gave me some details as well about the plot. But
It was
he had a lot of movies like in '84. He had Temple of Doom, then he had Gremlins.
Yeah.
What else did he have?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't there another?
I don't know if there was any
Star
more.
Trek.
I think
The second of the Spock trilogy came out.
the
What-
search
Star
for
Trek
Spock.
2. You search for Spock, but it's actually a trilogy. Movie 2, 3, and 4 of Star Trek are all connected. It's
Mhm.
one long thing.
Oh,
Is
1 and 2 are connected. I guess I didn't realize that.
No, the motion picture isn't connected. The first Star Trek movie is its own standalone story.
Okay.
With Wrath of Khan, the stuff that happened at the ending with the pod carries over to Search for Spock.
Right. Yes.
And
Because
then the end with them trying to get back home carries over to the fourth movie.
okay, so 2, 3, and 4 are pretty
a
much
trilogy.
directly tied.
Oh,
Okay.
yep.
I've seen those. I just don't remember a lot of the details about them.
Oh.
I just remember Wrath of Khan was really good.
Yep, Wrath of Khan was amazing. This Search for Spock was pretty good, and Search for Home, or the one with the whales. Was,
Yeah, I know what you're. I forget the
or
name
Ge-
of it.
It
they're
was
amazing films.
Genesis trilogy. Is that what
Yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah,
It wasn't like number 9 as highest grossing films of 1980.
mm-hmm.
You looking at the same page? Yeah, it was.
Karate Kid came out that year.
That was big,
Oh, and Dune. Dune came out that year.
and that was terrible. Apparently, I have never seen
Yeah.
it, but it was not well received.
It had issues. It had Patrick Stewart though.
Yeah,
in it.
I didn't realize that. I just remember Sting was in it because I remember Sting. I knew who Sting
Yeah.
was at the time. That's
Right.
the only thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carl
Well, they added-
McLaughlin, I think, was also the main character.
They added apparently a lot of things were changed from the
Voyage
books.
Home. That's the name of the Star Trek movie
Yeah.
we were trying to think of.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
That's a Disney
Yep.
film.
And Ricardo Montalban, sorry, I'm jumping back to Star Trek, but we had talked about this a little bit before, how we were talking about Wrath of Khan in one of our other things, and I had mentioned that it directly tied into an episode from the show.
Yep, Seed from Space from season 1.
I couldn't remember the name of it, but that was when he first made his appearance. And
Yes.
so that is a direct tie-in to the Wrath of Khan because he's got revenge on his mind because of what happened in the episodes. If you hadn't seen the episode, you wouldn't know what was up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was a scary bad guy in there. I mean, just because, not scary in the sense of horror scary, but scary because of, what he was doing.
And how smart he was.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, wow. Was it really? Dune 84. Goodness gracious.
Sure, that lost some money.
Oh, I think it did.
Mm-hmm.
I remember seeing pictures. It kind of was freaky to me because I didn't know why they had those things in their noses and the weird stuff and the outfits and,
Now, Splash is a Disney film. I didn't know that.
Is it?
Well,
really?
They technically yes, but they released it on their Touchstone Pictures. So Disney will release certain things that aren't completely animated or more, I guess, adult. They'll put those on Touchstone Pictures.
Okay.
So, before Christmas, Disney, but they put it out on Touchstone Pictures.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. What before the Nightmare Before Christmas?
It's Disney, but they put it out through Touchstone Pictures.
And so that's considered very adult themed?
Well, I don't know completely why they put that one on there, but it is
more experimental stuff as well.
Oh, I see. Okay, that makes sense.
No, will really do well because at the time, that's kind of an experimental movie, and it is darker, of course, than other ones.
Yeah, because of the Halloween sort of feel to it.
I'm not sure. Roger Rabbit, they might have put that out on Touchstone. I'm not certain on that.
Yeah,
just-
that one had some copyright things too.
Okay.
Because of the
Well, because
characters.
they want Mickey Mouse and Bugs Bunny to be on
Mhm.
screen at the same time,
Yeah, they were in there.
and they had to be on for the exact same length of time.
Oh.
No second more, no second later.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
And
but they did it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kind of cool to see.
Mhm.
But yeah, Splash. Yeah, technically Disney.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about Splash, so Tom Hanks was in that, and he was also in another movie, and I don't remember what year it came out. It was called Bachelor Party.
That was this year.
The same year, 84. Okay, so Tom Hanks was in two sort of romantic-ish type movies and some like Bachelor Party was a little kind of on the raunchy-ish side. And so it was kind of interesting to see how his career evolved because he started off with comedy and then went into the romantic comedy type stuff with a little bit of, raunchy sort of. And then he became a more serious character actor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So,
there was something else.
All right, my brother should be done.
2010 also came out in 84.
1984.
The sequel to 2001, the year we made contact, or 2010.
I see what you mean. The Space Odyssey.
Yep, had a sequel, and there's several books, but they made the sequel in 1984.
I didn't know that.
Okay, I don't remember if I ever saw the sequel.
Looks nothing like the first movie. Think more 1984. Like it's almost a step back in time.
Really?
It's more grounded.
Have you seen the cinema or
what? Yeah, I saw the first one.
Mm-hmm.
It's
one.
I guess now you could say it's like a art house type of film.
Yeah,
the first one was. The second one was more of a like Soviet. We all have to get together, kind of film.
I've not seen the second one. The first one, it's worth a watch once because it does look very like, wow, this came out in '68. Like just the quality of the cinematography, but I could see where it'd be boring to a lot of people.
I have never seen that film.
Except for the howl parts. That's kind of suspenseful and thrilling.
Yeah, because the machine, I mean, come on.
That's cool. That
Skynet, right?
Yeah.
That was scary.
It's got a mind of its own.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
Yeah, that was...
I can't do that. Oh, and did you know that the letters Hal, what the letters Hal, how they generated that name?
I don't remember what. I know it.
Directly connected to IBM.
Okay.
It's each letter is the one before. Like it's H is before I, A is before B, and L is before M.
Yeah, I remember the part when it's like it's watching them, but they're closed off, so they think he can't hear them, but he just reads their lips the whole time.
Yeah. That was kind of a little bit of a horror aspect to that. That's really one of the only things I remember about that movie.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember how it ends.
Yeah, very, I think, artsy and
there's a lot of interesting
an open kind of ending.
2010. Gosh, I don't.
The howl was the coolest part to me. The howl.
Yeah.
1000.
Well, it's weird. It's a weird movie. I'm not a huge fan of it. Just those parts that because it starts off strange, like with apes and cavemen and killing
the monoliths,
like
with monoliths.
It was just strange to me.
I've
always thought it was overrated.
The space
I found it perfectly normal.
You what?
I found it perfectly normal.
Of course you would.
It was a nice Stanley
friendly film.
No, well, Stanley Kubrick. And
Yeah,
he is G-rated. And I think Disney was actually the first people to release that one.
Really?
Are you being serious or sarcastic? I can't tell.
No, I'm being serious. I think Disney actually had the rights to the film.
Oh, you didn't know that, Grimes? About how?
2001 is... Well, it says Warner Brothers, but I thought I saw something with Disney had something with it.
Like maybe production?
It may be.
Because I know. Well, no, because Walt.
No, it says Warner Brothers on the Blu-ray.
Oh no!
So I think I'm getting it mixed up with something else.
Getting frozen. Okay.
I
thought you were getting frozen. I thought you were having internet issues.
No,
So-
I was just playing the distractions.
Well, there was another film from '84, Police Academy. That's
Yeah.
number 6.
I used to love those movies, and that's dumb comedy, and I don't like dumb comedy anymore. But I used to love those. Oh, interesting fact, Arturo.
Okay.
Uncle Ben's wife, the first lady he married, she actually had a little teeny tiny part in one of the Police Academy movies.
Really?
Yeah, she was I don't remember which one it was. I don't remember what like part 2 or 3 or whatever, but she was a character who was sitting at a bar, and she comes up to order a grasshopper, and then one of the dudes from the movie is trying to hit on her, and she just like moves away from him.
Oh, she actually like talks in the movie. That's
Yeah, I think she orders a grasshopper. That might be her only line, maybe. I can't remember. She says something to the guy that tries to hit on her.
Was that before she married Uncle Ben, or was she already married?
No, it was after they were divorced.
No.
And she went to Hollywood, or she tried to, make it in acting. It didn't really work out, but I remember that we watched that, specifically keeping an eye out for her. So it was kind of fun to see her in that.
Yeah, but did you you watch that back then when it came on?
Yeah, we used to, because wasn't Bobcat Goldthwait in those movies? Because that's the first time I ever saw him.
Yeah, I think
He had this really interesting way he used to talk. He would kind of partially scream when he talked, and I was fascinated by him for some reason.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen these movies.
But
It's just, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, are we just gonna skim over Karate Kid?
Oh yeah, let's talk about Karate Kid. I haven't.
Because he's going down the list.
Because that ties into Cobra Kai, which is kind of a big thing right now. So you may as well talk about it.
I've seen only the remake.
Oh yeah, Black Hole. Was that in '84? Sorry, I'm getting distracted by these interesting comments. Was that '84? Black Hole?
No, that was older. That was
70s, maybe. Oh, maybe
Wasn't it?
70s.
Yeah, that was older. Maybe 70s, late 60s.
I'm not trying to touch your
Oh,
toy,
look at your
Cooper.
dog.
Yeah, he's just being a little. He wants attention.
Yeah.
Loves his attention.
Well,
She does.
Oh,
Well,
79.
as I was saying about Karate Kid, the only Karate Kid I saw was with Will Smith's son.
Wait a minute.
The
So
remake.
you've not even seen
I have not seen
No.
You're lying.
Otto,
It's terrible, Corey.
Was that
It's
Matt right?
awful.
I've even seen the original Karate Kid.
He saw the one with Will Smith's son, which I actually liked that movie a lot.
I didn't get a chance to see it.
I liked it. I saw it in
If you're
theaters.
gonna watch Cobra Kai, which I don't know if you have or haven't.
No, I haven't.
No, he hasn't. He wouldn't get it if he did. But Martin Cove, the dude who played the bad teacher in Karate Kid, he came to one of our SuperCons
Uh-huh.
a year or so ago. I can't remember which one it was. And I went to, it was the Cobra Kai panel I went to. I think it was the year before last, maybe.
Wasn't Karate Kid there, the main guy actor? Too?
Yes, Ralph Macchio was there. And the dude who played the teacher. And I think the dude who played the bad kid, like the bad student. And they were all three there. And it was a really interesting panel. And I'm not a huge fan of Karate Kid, but I just went because I knew who they were. I recognized them. And Martin Cove, he looked really, really thin. I was surprised at how frail he actually looked in real life. He does not look that way on camera. So I don't know if maybe he was ill at the time or if that's just the way he really looks. But you know how they say the camera adds weight to you? Well, I guess it does because he doesn't look like that.
Well,
at least not then he didn't. But it was an interesting panel because they talked a lot about Cobra Kai.
Right. I think Cobra Kai, like, I don't know, makes you appreciate the first Karate Kid more and vice versa. Especially now, of course, Johnny, now you see his side of the story. But I don't want to go too much into it.
Because I haven't seen any of Cobra Kai, but it's on Netflix now, which is
Oh, wait,
great.
you've not seen it either?
No, I haven't,
My
because it was on YouTube at first.
Cinema.
And I
Mhm.
know.
It's good. It's good. Yeah, you'll like it. You will.
Yeah, Children of the Corn. We looked at we were talking about that off screen before.
Mm.
You know what? After this, I think we need to watch the first episode of Cobra Kai.
Well,
Yeah, but Arturo won't get it.
I don't. I haven't. It wasn't
Or you guys should watch
Karate Kid
Gremlins.
movies even after the
Or
first.
You're-
Gremlins.
You're gonna like it.
Aren't they short episodes?
Hmm?
Aren't
They're
they
not that
short
long.
episodes?
Yeah, you're gonna like it, especially like just. I don't want to get into it too much, like Johnny's character and just.
I
Anyway,
know it's got really, really good feedback. So I know that I will probably like it, even though I'm not a huge fan of Karate Kid. It just seems like it would be something I might would appreciate. Huh?
Yeah, this will make you like Karate Kid, but it doesn't even
Even
matter.
more?
Yeah, I mean this because me and Summer watched and she'd never seen Karate Kid, so I was like, okay, and she really liked it. Then we did watch the first one.
And what did she think about the first one after she saw?
She
the-
liked it. I mean, I think she likes Cobra Kai more than the actual movie itself. But
Really? Aren't
Yeah.
they short episodes?
yeah, they're not too long. I don't think I've not kept. I need to. I've seen all of season 1 and most of season 2, but I've not finished season 2.
There's 3 seasons, right? Didn't the third one recently come
I
out?
think the third one just came out.
Okay.
Seen it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's actually
Wow.
a game on the Switch.
Really?
Yeah.
A Cobra Kai game? What do
Yeah.
they do? Have karate fights?
I don't know. I just saw it for the first time the other day.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I don't know.
I don't know what I can say about it. I mean, I know it's one of those classic 80 films from 84 or the
Yeah.
80s in general.
Like the most classic 80s bully too. Johnny, you know.
Yes.
Or maybe
Yeah.
the most famous 80s bully.
We got a lot
Oh,
of things.
and the girl who played in Karate Kid is the love interest. Oh, and I heard she's coming back for Cobra Kai. Elizabeth Shue,
Is she?
Kung Fu Kid, because it,
Didn't know.
yeah. Well, I don't. It's just a thumbnail that I saw, but she Arturo played in the first episode. I mean, she played in the first season of The Boys. She was the one who was managing all the superheroes.
Wait.
That girl played in the first Karate Kid.
Oh,
The
really?
one that Homelander was obsessed with.
I think that it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? What else can we talk here?
Oh,
So we've talked about.
Oh yeah, the never-ending story.
Never Ending Story. We were talking about that one too before the stream.
Oh yeah,
Only 2 seasons. Okay. Each
Yeah.
episode. Yeah, Elizabeth Shue.
Did you guys ever hear about what happened with that movie?
Well,
The original intent for the film. It was
No.
supposed to be broken. It was supposed to be broken up in 2 parts
okay.
because the movie was only the first half of the story.
Oh,
And
okay.
They stopped it, and then they never made. They made a sequel, but it wasn't a sequel based off
The story.
the story.
Okay.
And I think Atreyu was supposed to be green from the original story. And they couldn't get like the body paint right.
Now, are you talking about? Now, wait. Who is that character you're talking about?
Atreyu, the boy, he was the one in the story world.
All right. The main boy in the story world.
The man, not the kid reading.
Not the
books.
main character that goes into the story world, but
Right.
the other.
The other
kid.
one.
Okay.
I think he was supposed to be green in the original story.
Okay.
Yeah.
What movie is this?
Never.
You know, I've
Never
seen it
Ending Story.
maybe twice at most, I think. So I don't remember a lot. Now the horse. Did the horse drown in that thing? Didn't the horse? Because I've seen the memes all over
Mhm.
Facebook about the horse. Doesn't the horse drown or something, or
Spoiler
die
alert.
in the mud or something like that?
Is this
Yeah.
spoiler, Mom? From a movie I haven't
I
seen.
mean, Well, talking about the memes and stuff.
Yeah, the memes, because it shows the horse, and I thought that character that you were talking about is the one trying to pull the horse out.
Right, and like I said, he was, I think, supposed to be green in the original book.
Yeah, part 2 came. Yeah, right. An oxymoron for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen the second movie. Never kind of gave it. He loved it.
Jack Black.
Young Jack Black is in the third one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a third one?
Yeah, there's like 4. Like, there's like also a TV show. There's like 3 or 4 movies, and then a TV show.
Yeah, it was the mod the horse was in.
Uh,
They owe me.
Is there any other film from '84 that were?
Yes, there is.
I mean,
There's a lot of films from '84.
1984 also came out around then.
The book. Like that
No,
was,
the movie.
The movie of the book.
85, based
Yeah.
off the book.
Yeah, we had to see that in school. We also had to read the book.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see when the movie came out.
but yeah, Nightmare on Elm Street, a very clever.
It did come out in 1984, Matt.
Yep.
1984 came out in 1984. That's perfect.
Yeah, I have never seen that movie. I just heard that it's supposed to be an alternative version of what America if it went down the path of, I guess, what, communism,
Yes.
Nazism.
Totalitarianism, authoritarianism, dictatorship type, just government control, very scary stuff. And a lot of stuff that's happening today is kind of you see stuff going on today, and a lot of people tie back to that sort of thing. It was basically a huge warning. The book was.
And that came out like in '46, way before.
Hmm.
But yeah, I've never seen that movie. And you saw it back in the '80s, Mom, in school?
Yes, we had to see it in school. I did. Okay, Major Pain. I did not remember that at all. Yeah, we keep jumping back and forth from different things. Wait, what was Richard Burton's last movie?
Richard Burton?
I don't know if he's talking about Neverending Story or 1984.
I was gonna also jump into the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was a pretty big film.
Horror film with a scary idea of you need sleep, but you can't sleep because you could possibly get killed.
Like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, that sort of scary idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, except Freddy Krueger haunts you in your dream.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't realize he was in that.
I've never seen any of the others except for the first one.
Yeah, you have.
The only one I've seen after the '84 one was the one that they did where the actress is playing herself.
Yeah,
Now,
that's a good sequel.
But I really didn't. I enjoyed the first film. I just didn't like the ending. But if since I watched the other one where she's playing herself, then I definitely have more appreciation for the first film.
Yay.
Yeah,
Suffering puppy.
I really enjoyed that remake. Not the remake, but the sequel.
Yeah.
I didn't think I would like it. I thought it was going to suck, and I was very pleasantly surprised by it.
Yeah,
I thought it was very well done.
Yeah, we all watched it together.
Yeah. Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
What's that? Yeah, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Because everybody wasn't Wes in it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool.
It could have really been bad.
Mm-hmm.
It could have, but it wasn't.
Yeah.
So it was fun to watch that.
Did you see?
Now,
sorry. Go ahead.
what?
Well, I was just gonna ask Mom. Did you see Nightmare on Elm Street back in the '80s?
Yes,
Okay, and I know
I did.
my
on
mom
tape.
wasn't really afraid of Freddy Krueger just because he played in a show, V. As his
I
innocent-
couldn't be afraid of him. He didn't scare me because he
No.
was Sweet Willie from V.
Mm-hmm.
And he never. I just couldn't take him seriously as a scare. So yeah, the concept is scary. Not being able to sleep because you might die. But honestly, as a villain, he just didn't. He didn't really scare me.
Yeah.
Like, it's funny to hear him like scream with that voice. That
Yeah,
dark
I remember
voice, like,
that was Johnny Depp's first movie.
spoiler alert, at least one scene.
Ah.
But let's just say he got the character Freddy Krueger gets burned and he's like screaming. And it's kind of funny
Yeah.
just the way his voice.
Yeah, well, he's a funny character. Well, he wasn't too funny in the first one, but as
No.
they went on,
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It-
Pete, 1972 is absolutely correct. That 1984 as a year was very amazing. It was because
Yeah, no.
we talked about that multiple. I mean, we've been looking forward to the 1984 discussion since we started this thing.
Because of Terminator.
No, I
Let's
love
face
you.
Well, not just because of Terminator, but
Yeah.
there's all these other great movies that came
Yeah, I
out
was
of it.
going to say, Freddy Krueger's rival the same year was Friday the 13th, the final chapter.
Yeah,
So, a lot of people like this one quite a bit. This was
that's
supposed
the
to
fourth
be,
one.
yeah, this was supposed to be the final chapter.
Huh.
Corey Feldman was in this one.
Yeah.
I don't remember the actress's name, but this one, Jason. I guess a lot of people like this one because Jason is really in full force here. I mean, you finally get him complete movie with the hockey mask, and he's just big and just
Unstoppable.
he's huge. Yeah, I mean, he's pretty menacing.
Who played him in that movie?
I don't. This was before.
Was that Kane?
Hodder.
It was before Kane.
This was
Okay.
before Kane Hodder. I know a lot of people like Kane Hodder, but a lot of people like this one. Crispin Glover's in this also.
Yeah, you had mentioned. I don't think I've ever seen that one all the way
Yeah, so
through.
you're thinking of, I don't know which one you're thinking of. It's one I don't like though.
The third one.
Well,
She's-
okay, but I thought Corey Feldman's character, he kills, but something happens with him. Does he show up in another movie? Or
at
his
the very
character does.
beginning- At the very beginning.
Okay.
If that was 5 is horrible. So
Okay.
we watch that. Anyways, 4 at the ending take place in the house.
I thought it was a barn, but I might be confusing it with another.
Mom, you were watching. I think you were having that play one time where they go to the house and he's chasing them or walk. They basically barricade them.
Yeah, well, the boy.
The little boy,
Feldman, yeah.
and then there was a girl.
But
Yeah.
anyways, this was supposed to be the final chapter. Of course, it wasn't. They had to bring in a new beginning, which was horrible. The 5th one, in my opinion, wasn't good at all.
Mhm.
Even, I mean, this is a little bit of a spoiler, but it wasn't even Jason in the 5th one.
What?
Yeah. It's dumb. Everybody knows that, though, at this
Yeah.
point.
They all kind of run together to me.
Yeah, they're not like. Yeah. They're
So-
No,
not
not yet. Not yet, Kelborn. We haven't yet.
Yeah, it's funny that Freddy Krueger was the start for '84, but and then Friday the 13th, Jason continued and supposedly should have ended in '84, but
Yeah, I mean, we're supposed to, but you know how that goes.
yeah,
Money.
they never, yeah, money,
Yeah.
money.
I mean, this thing was a money machine, too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, from what I saw, the 4th one looked pretty decent.
Yeah, it's got its, of course, dumb parts, but there's some pretty cool scenes with Jason in this one. The effects.
Amadeus has been brought up at least twice now.
Mhm.
So have you ever seen that, Corey? I've seen it
I've not
once.
seen it. No, I've
and
not.
I don't even know what it is.
Okay. So my favorite part about Amadeus, honestly, I mean, I saw it once. It's okay. It's a character drama about Amadeus Mozart, but the song was pretty big. That sort of rappy song, yeah, "Rock Me Amadeus."
I'm
I remember that song. I used to love that song.
Mhm.
The singer, I think, was Falco.
Yeah.
And I remember looking him up a few years ago to find out whatever happened to him. And he died at a fairly young age, I think in a motorcycle accident, but I might be mistaken.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's alive anymore.
He also sings, well, I'm not going to go full on singing it here, but.
Oh, come on, Corey, do it.
Good now.
Don't turn around. Uh-oh. You know that song?
Yeah.
That sounds vaguely
Yeah.
familiar.
Okay,
Falco
so
sang that?
that version, but he sings like the actual original version. Yeah, it's like in his language, whatever he speaks.
He's German. I think he spoke German, but I don't. I got to look him up now.
Mhm.
Let me look him up.
Yeah, I've never seen Amadeus.
Anyways, about the movie, I've not seen the movie. I know it did win the Oscar, though. I'm pretty sure.
He was Austrian, but I remember that movie because it sort of took this, classical composer character and made him cool.
Right.
Made his story cool.
Yeah,
Because the way they portrayed him, he was this rebel guy, and he was a womanizer, and I don't know much about the real Mozart, but it was, it caught my eye because the big hairstyles and the way they dressed, and I was a little fascinated by it at the time. I saw it, and it was okay to me. I've not had any desire to return to it, but I did like the song.
Oh, so then there was also Red Dawn.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Wolverines.
I haven't seen Red Dawn. It's got what's his name?
Patrick Swayze, Charlie Sheen, Jennifer Grey.
Everybody.
That movie.
Anybody and everybody.
The one where the Russians invaded. Right?
Go get your baby.
Yeah. There was an Australian. Remember the Australian movie that we watched?
Yeah, based off of that, sort of.
It kind of is kind of similar to that.
I've never seen that movie. I know Lisa, of course, mom saw it. Have you seen it?
Cooper, get your baby. Come on.
You haven't seen Red Dawn?
Love it, but no, not completely. He says he's
It's kind of Oh, what's his name?
I've seen it.
Shoot.
And I've seen the remake.
The dude who directed Conan the Barbarian, John Milius, I think that's his name. He directed Red Dawn. And I saw a documentary where they were talking about him and that movie and how it was kind of some, I guess, studio execs or whatever took great offense to this movie because, it was very, anti-Soviet, anti-communist type of film. And John Milius was really in your face about it.
right.
And some people were not happy about that at all.
Cooper, come on.
So,
Well, I mean,
So there was a couple movies I wanted to mention.
okay.
One, 16 Candles. I know you're not a huge fan, but
He did get
if we're
blacklisted.
talking about 80s movies, I mean, it doesn't get 80s, then Molly Ringwald, Anthony Michael Hall's in here.
Yeah.
John Cusack is in here. Joan Cusack's in here a little bit.
Oh,
just
okay.
Very 80s coming of age. John Hughes is the director. You don't get much more 80s than that.
okay, I think
Correct.
I know where you're going with this. I feel like I know what movie. I could be
16
wrong.
Candles.
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
which one it was.
What was I thinking? Breakfast.
Well,
Club?
this is the year before Breakfast Club,
Okay,
which
well,
he
we're
also
getting
did.
there.
Yeah, just coming of age, very 80s, a lot of 80s songs, the typical tropes that you see in the 80s movies. The fun kid brother, the hopeless teenage girl, Anthony Michael Hall being just typical Anthony Michael Hall.
Little nerdy guy.
Yeah, so
I don't know where he went.
I really like that movie quite a bit just because I like 80s culture, I guess. And the other one is I don't know if you've seen this or not, Cineva. This is Spinal Tap. Have you seen that movie?
No, I have not. No, I have. I don't think I have.
Very ahead of its time comedy. It's very
Who's in it?
I don't even the guy is married to Jamie Lee Curtis, I'm pretty sure.
Really?
Who is that? Anyways, or he was.
He acted in it or directed it? I
Yeah,
thought he was
Rob Reiner, I believe, directed it. Anyways, it's a fake documentary about an aging out, struggling rock and roll band, and it's pretty funny.
Are you talking about Spinal Tap?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Me, Edward, and Will. Well, Edward hadn't seen it. I had already seen it. I showed it to him. He's like, that's one of his favorite movies now. It's very ahead of its time.
And this came out in '84.
It did come out in '84.
Interesting.
Some people believe the band is actually real.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there are actual
is-
people that believe the band is real.
I don't know if you would like this movie. It's not dumb comedy, honestly. It's like it's a fake. There's just one scene when they actually come, they're on tour. They actually come here technically to Chapel Hill to play, and he's like in the backstage, and they have sandwich meat and food for him back there, but it's like little tiny pieces of bread, like little pieces of sandwich meat, and he can't figure out how to put it on the sandwich, and just it's something you just have to see. It's just it. Plus, they all speak in British accents.
I don't think I've ever heard of this film.
I've heard of it, but I was never really interested. So it's one of those like fake documentary, sort of mockumentary type, things.
It's about a rock and roll band that's kind of either past their prime or just,
I've got to look up who that guy is. You said Jamie Lee Curtis.
What my mom was saying when she watched it with us. I
don't. Christopher Guest.
Yeah.
So he's.
Yeah.
The amplifier. I guess you would get that, Corey.
What?
Oh,
what Major Payne is saying. The amplifier goes.
Arturo clicked off the thing. Oh yeah, that's how.
Yeah.
Yes, I totally get it. But these.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just amps go to 10, and it's just a movie you have to see to like really get the funniness of it. I can't explain it and it be that funny. It's sort of dry and just. Basically, they just bumped the amps to 11, and the guy's asking him, "Why didn't you just make 10 louder?" And there's a pause between it, and he's like, "Well, these amps go to 11." You have to see, and there's a guitar, so.
I guess music fans, like fans of rock and roll type groups, are just. I guess they would really appreciate something like that.
Yeah, but I think you would like it too. It's more. There's a lot. It's funny. It's just funny.
Yeah.
There's a scene with a guitar. It's in the corner. So they're doing a little tour of his guitars, the interviewer guy.
This sounds vaguely familiar to me. Like I've seen a clip of this.
But they go to this one guitar, and the interviewer starts talking about it, and he stops in mid. He's like, No, we don't talk about this guy. We don't even look at it. We don't even talk about it. That's enough. That's enough. They just walk from that guitar because it's some sacred guitar.
Oh, okay.
I wonder if
that's the best.
Okay, I put it up there. I assumed it had something to do with the movie, but I wasn't sure. Oh, yes, it did. Okay.
I'm kind of curious.
It's funny. You would find it funny too. I think you would. You would they're just goofy, but tone deaf.
But see,
also.
Goofy.
It's not like a dumb and it's not like that.
Oh. Okay. Well, maybe one day, but I don't know.
I'm not sure. I think you might like it though.
The other film that I have not seen, and Corey hasn't even seen. You've seen, Mom, is Top Secret with.
Yes, Val Kilmer. That was the first time I saw Val Kilmer. Was in Top Secret.
1984. Yeah. The crazy part how I found out about it was that I think Arturelia shared it. It's that scene, and the description.
Oh yeah, the scene with the soldiers.
Spanish, but it had something to do with Call of Duty. I didn't understand what they were talking about, but it was that scene where these, I guess, neo-Nazis having a shootout with the group in this like warehouse or something. And so some of the stuff that was happening, I just like wait.
Goofy stuff. They were doing goofy stuff.
Yeah, like there was this big guy lifted like this cannon and just fired at them. But then the part with Kilmer was Kilmer. That thing with the windows, you know, where it's like the X circle.
Oh, tic-tac-toe, yeah.
But the one that really got me with that was when this guy tried to break the window with his gun, but then when he tried the first time, his gun got bent, and then the second time he tried, he looked at the hammer and he was like, break, and he tried breaking it, and then it knocked the hammer. The top of the hammer off. Like, what is
I remember some crazy stuff was happening because you were watching the scene, but I've only seen that movie one time.
And then the other part was when a grenade went into the warehouse, and the guy,
was this like a comedy?
It's like a
it's like a dumb sort of ish comedy. But, you'd probably like it, Corey. I can't believe you haven't seen it.
I know. What am I doing?
But the crazy part was when the guy jumped on top of the grenade. I mean, you think it would blow him up, but it blew everybody else around him up. It's like, what the heck?
That's funny.
Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah.
Same year? Or is that? 80?
What's that?
Was Real Genius the same year?
Yeah, I was trying to remember what was the other movie that he was in.
Some of these movies were not considered good. Top Secret was a bomb.
Yeah, I didn't remember. I just remember I saw it in the 80s, but not when it came out.
The guy that played Tarkin was in here.
Oh, really? Christopher. Oh no, what's his name? Oh shoot. Oh geez, I can't remember that guy's name.
Everybody knows Tarkin.
Yeah, I know, but I can't remember his name. He played in a lot of movies with Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
What is his name? Peter Cushing.
Yeah, Peter
Right?
Cushing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any other movie that we
Target audience.
Oh man, there's Firestarter.
Oh, Firestarter.
Oh yeah, Firestarter. Gosh, we talked about this earlier today too. What's that, Corey?
Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Oh yeah,
that
was
They
playing.
had some great Christmas movies in '84.
Yeah, that was a good.
With that and Gremlins.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good Christmas movie.
Yeah.
That's a type of Christmas movie I'd prefer to watch.
I think you watched some of it recently. Firestarter.
Yes, I started playing it. Well, this was before I moved into the new office because it had been a while since I'd seen it. I liked that movie. I read the book after I saw the movie, I think. I became a little bit obsessed with the story. So I wrote a story similar to that for school, except it didn't involve fire.
You make fun of me of getting obsessed with things, but you got obsessed with every single thing in the 80s. What?
I did. You take it a notch above. I think you take it, maybe 2 notches above. What's that?
I said, come and come and see. Come and see.
Talking about this movie again.
See, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, you can't help it.
It's an 80s film.
There's a horror movie called Chud. Have you seen that one?
I have. That's the underground people,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I think Joe Bob Briggs played it on one of his shows, but I had also seen it before then.
Yeah, it's funny
Firestarter was Stephen King.
Yeah,
it was, and that was
Wasn't
actually
that part of Carrie?
Say what?
Wasn't that part of like the Carrie book series?
No, well, I don't know. It was a totally different character.
No, the character Carrie.
No, you're thinking Black Christmas.
They did a movie called Carrie, and I thought
Anna, you're thinking Black Christmas.
Give me one moment. Let me see if I can.
I didn't know those books were connected.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
They may be connected. I think Carrie and Firestarter were somehow connected.
Oh.
I
did not know this.
I think that they were.
Look at this bit of trivia, you guys.
What's that? John Carver was really supposed to.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Huh. Didn't either.
And yet the Thing is now pretty highly regarded in
well over Firestarter, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, John Carpenter could have really. I mean, I liked Firestarter, but I would have loved. That would be really cool to see what John Carpenter could have done with it.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention the Coen Brothers' first movie. I don't know if you've seen this or not. Blood Simple is what it's called. Quite a good movie. Crime noir type movie. Pretty good.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, pretty good.
Gosh, there's so many films. I know we are probably missing a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about all of the. Oh, okay. So Romancing of the Stone was in the top 10. We talked about that, but I don't think we talked about it being in the top 10 for that year. So, yeah.
Well, I think I gotta go. My dog's getting a little antsy. He won't.
Antsy?
He digs at the floor when he wants my attention. So.
Oh.
I've already let him out, but he just wants some attention now. So I'm gonna go.
All right, Matt.
Okay.
See you, Matt. Bye.
I was gonna mention. Yeah, go ahead, Corey.
No, I was just gonna mention what I said earlier. Once Upon a Time in America. I've not seen it.
Oh yeah, that was
a big fan, but
Robert De Niro and Jennifer Connelly was out.
Yeah.
Who else was in it?
I was just gonna say I think Scorsese.
Yeah.
James Woods is in that one. James Woods.
Oh yeah.
Um,
That's right.
Yeah, I've not seen it very long. I've just not sat down and watch it.
I've never been interested. I like Jennifer Connelly, but I've never been interested to see that movie.
Yeah.
It's just not my thing.
Right. And
Yeah, I've never seen Blood Simple.
Rain came out the same year also.
What's that one about?
What was that?
Purple Rain.
Oh yeah, someone actually mentioned that in the chat earlier, but for some reason I don't know why. I thought they were just talking about the song, not the. I completely forgot there was the Purple Rain movie.
Mm-hmm.
And Arturo, that was Prince. If you don't, I don't know if you actually. I don't know if you. He may not even know who Prince is.
Was he the one that recently died?
Well, he died a few years ago. He also did the soundtrack or the music in the Batman 1989.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was Prince. He and Michael Jackson were sort of like rivals-ish in the music industry.
I think I think Michael Jackson might have been more.
Oh yeah.
Big.
I personally preferred Michael Jackson over Prince, but a lot of people really like Prince, and it was a shock when he passed away. Very sad.
Another movie I've not seen that I want to see, Repo Man. Have you seen that one?
I have, and I'm trying to remember who's in it. I thought I have.
Emilio Estevez is Harry Dean Stanton.
Well, I don't know if I have or not then.
Well,
yes. Yep, that was mentioned. Obviously, yeah, you heard that.
I guess, is there any TV show, Mom, that you know that was pretty famous in '84?
Well, was Knight Rider still out? I don't know.
I'm sure you still
I'm sort of more I'm more focused on movies because there's just so many of them from this year that were so good. Against All Odds came out this year. That year. Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Phil Collins on the soundtrack.
I was going to mention to Matt before he cut off.
Yeah, I remember.
Because I know he knows more about the anime stuff in the 80s than I do, but I know the one anime that was made by Studio Ghibli came out.
I'm going to mute myself. Sorry, I'm going to mute myself a second, you guys. Go ahead and continue on.
I was going to say this may have been their first film in the 80s, and it was 1984. Let me see. Studio Ghibli. Oh yeah, Toy Animation had some stuff. Once I edit this, everybody, I will put up pictures of the ones that came out in '84 because I haven't seen much anime in the '80s. But what was that one from Studio Ghibli? I feel like that might have been their first film. I'm pretty sure Studio. I misspelled that. Yeah. What's it called? Translated. Actually, never mind.
Okay. So what was Black Christmas one? Apologies. Oh, sorry, your internet's giving you trouble, Major Payne. The top 10 84 movies according to the box office. It was shoot, I was just looking at it. Well, the top one was Beverly Hills Cop. Yeah. And then this is according to Wikipedia. I mean, we're just going off of that. And then Ghostbusters, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Gremlins, The Karate Kid, Police Academy, Footloose, Romancing the Stone, Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock, and then Splash. Those, according to Wikipedia, those were the top. Any thoughts on the original? Oops. Oh, boy. Thank you, Ruben. I don't know if this is directed to Corey or Arturo or me, but thank you from all of us. Someone said, were any of you around back then? Yes, I was.
Yeah, my mom.
I was around.
The 80s.
Any thoughts on the original Dune movie? We touched on that a little bit. That's a note. That's a note from me to Corey, but don't read it out loud.
Elsewhere.
Yeah, we did talk a little bit about the original Dune movie. And Corey, have you seen the trailer for the new movie?
Yeah.
It looks like, I mean, people were pretty excited about it, but I've never read the stories, so I don't know much about the universe.
Yeah, this is a movie that probably deserves a remake.
Wait, which one are we talking about?
You said Dune, right?
Oh, Raiders. Oh, wow. Lucky for you. I would have loved to have seen that in the theaters, but I wasn't a theater going person at the time.
Yeah, I like that movie.
Oh,
Oh.
we are almost the same age.
You were. Wait a minute. Yeah, weren't you 14?
No,
No, you
not,
were 13.
not in 84.
I believe, right?
Depending on the time of year. Depending on what time of the year.
Yeah, everybody, if you want to ask my mom about what things were like back in the 80s, feel free to ask her.
Yeah, because I'm the relic here. I'm the ancient one.
Would she be really considered a relic from the 80s? I mean, your mom.
Hi, Sour D's. How are you doing?
I mean, the 80s weren't great that long ago. It's not like it's the 40s, people.
But still, it's hard to believe so much time has passed, you guys.
There.
Oh, yeah. 30 years.
I mean, it's hard to believe that
40 almost.
Terminator 2 is going to be 30 years old next year.
Yeah.
We'll be 30 in the next few years. Good grief.
Gosh, you guys, you were just born the other day. What in the world is going on?
Come on, life.
There it goes.
Here we are talking about everybody's ages now. Okay, what other movies? Moving on from talking about how old I am. Let's see.
Mention, like before Matt cut off, I mean, he would have explained some anime stuff, but the only anime I can think of as a film. Hold on.
I'm just scrolling through movies while you talk. Oh,
call it Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. That's I think a Studio Ghibli film, and it looks interesting.
Studio Ghibli, you'd probably like that.
Yeah, I put a link.
The Last Starfighter, which I've not seen.
I've seen that at least 1.5 times. It was fun. I think that's a story where the kid gets abducted and taken off to space, and he.
Yeah.
No. Forget that. That's Flight of the Navigator. The Last Starfighter is this kid that is real good at video games, and he gets somehow caught up in this space war with aliens or something like that. Oh, Akira, here we go.
Well, my mom thinks
Turn us very. I'm not crazy about that.
I did a review for it on my channel. I mean, I thought it was good, but it got by the point it did get a bit weird at the end.
Oh, I didn't know this. Sorry. That The Last Starfighter is getting a sequel. Sequel. Is the same guy going to be in it? Do you know? The same dude? I think the guy who played in The Last Starfighter is the same guy who played in Halloween 2 as the dude who is kind of-ish the love interest. Nothing really developed, but he's the guy who died because he hit his head. Or something like that. Or he passed out. I thought he died in the car. So I think, was that him that was in The Last Starfighter? I thought that was him.
I don't know any famous show that might have started in '84. I got nothing on that. I mean,
I don't either. I was only focusing on movies.
I've been playing through 88, so and so to '84, and it continued onward, close to the end of the decade.
Yeah, so many movies though.
A lot of movies now.
I'm just. Streets of Fire came out in '84.
What
did?
Streets of Fire. It had Willem Dafoe, Michael Pare, and Diane Lane. I remember that. Just looking through, all this. So many of these we've already mentioned, but Bachelor Party, came out in '84.
The bulk of it.
Yeah, just in case we may have missed something, I'm just scrolling through the month release dates. I see here Revenge of the Nerds came out.
Miami Vice.
Miami Vice. Oh, that started in 84. I remember that show, but I didn't remember when it started. I remember that.
Start?
Say what?
When did the A-Team start?
18.
Ooh.
Let's look that up. 8.
Let me look.
83. Well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We missed
83. I used to like that show. Also, Airwolf was. When did that start?
Mom, were you watching that show in the 80s?
Oh, Airwolf came out this the year we're talking about, you guys. It came out in 84. I would see these things at family members' houses and at friends' houses because remember, I didn't have a TV.
Right.
So
get a TV back like late 80s, I think.
No, we didn't actually get a TV until after Arturelia was born.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you got it around late or mid.
Nope.
Mid 80s.
I was a full-grown adult by the time we actually got TV in the house.
Just watch everything over at Stanley's?
No, because Dad didn't have a TV either. They didn't get one until after we did. Like, so we had brought in a TV and hooked up an antenna, or in a TV that could get over the air, and then eventually we were like, we're just going to get cable. So then after we got cable, then they got cable.
Oh, those were the days.
But I did rent a TV in '96 for the Olympics.
Oh,
And Arturo had just been born, and the Olympics came, and I rented a TV.
Yeah, everybody knows my age now.
Well, you were trying to give away mine, so you're just a baby still. Feels like.
Maybe.
What's that?
I said, "Are you sure?" Well, maybe.
Remember, In the Air Tonight, Miami Vice. I remember that. That was the first time. Wait. But didn't they play that in another episode? In the Air Tonight? Or was that the only episode? Because I do remember seeing that, and I remember hearing that song in Miami Vice. This is the song you don't like, Corey, too much.
Yeah,
but I like.
Do what?
Full Blown Rose did a remake of it for the show True Calling, and I like that version better than the original.
I mean, I like Phil Collins.
Oh my goodness, that's cool. Major famous. Reading his comment. That's funny. Sorry, go ahead, Corey.
No, I was just saying I like Phil Collins quite a bit, so it's kind of weird that I don't like his biggest song, but I don't know. I don't know.
It's an interesting song. It's kind of a little bit haunting and eerie. But Anna, I heard that. Oh, I'm not holding them right now. I think Arturelia was supposed to hold them. I hope she did. I heard that Miami Vice went off the rails with an alien subplot or something like that, but I don't know if that's true because I never saw the entire thing. I don't know. Oh yeah, you remember TV rentals? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know all the. Oh, got a comment about your video store, Corey. Yeah, he did that on purpose.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's a cozy little place down there.
Yeah, that was my buddy did a lot of custom work on that. So
nice.
Have you added more to it?
I don't know since the last time you've been, but
I will, Major Payne. I'll tell him hi.
But it's been a while. I can't remember.
Well, you did that full tour around the backside area.
Okay.
You've got a bunch of stuff back there.
Nothing. No, I don't think anything really. I forgot you've seen that video.
Yeah, I saw that, but I hadn't seen that because it's been more than a year since we've been there. So you have like an arcade and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I don't think so. It was on there.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, since you've been there. Goodness.
Yeah, since before the world went crazy.
Right.
Yeah. So, okay, I'm going back through. I'm scrolling back through. Oh, the Philadelphia Experiment came out in 84. Actually, that was a guilty pleasure movie. I like that movie. Oh, Cloak and Dagger. Okay.
Some of these I don't even know.
I like that. I actually like that movie. I think that had was it Henry Thomas and Dabney? Yeah, Henry Thomas and Dabney Coleman. That was a. Have you seen that, Corey?
I remember seeing it on the guide a while, like a long time ago. I remember seeing Henry Thomas's name.
But like, you haven't seen it. No. Oh, it's pretty. I mean, I remember that. I personally liked it a lot because it was that typical kid on an adventure type thing. Also, some other ones that we didn't mention was The Adventures of Buckaroo Banzai, which I've seen once all the way through. And I liked it at the time. I'm not sure if I would like it as much on subsequent viewings. And then there was Dreamscape, which was Dennis Quaid and Kate Capshaw.
Did you ever watch any cartoons in '84?
Me? He-Man, Scooby-Doo. You know, whenever I was around
yes, everybody.
Whenever. Wait, what?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
I was looking at a different tab. I'm looking at movies, you guys. I'm trying to stay on task here.
I said nothing.
Oh, Tightrope. That was a Clint Eastwood movie that came out. I remember that. I remember seeing the thing for that on the paper. There are so many decent movies that came out this year. It's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't really hear much.
What's that?
I didn't really hear or seen much of these, like the other ones that you guys are talking about.
Oh, The Burning Bed came out.
Yeah, I do think
that's based on a true story.
In my opinion,
some animes I can't think of at the top of my head with the 80s, except for a few that I got. But 90s was kind of like that point for that genre and point for the cartoons, and probably pretty big for gaming too.
I came across the Terminator, October 26th.
October 26th.
Yeah, and Nightmare on Elm Street was released the next week, and Silent Night, Deadly Night was also released that same week. Oh, Night of the Comet, that came out. I remember that. I liked that movie. What's that?
I was looking up Thundercats.
Goodness, so many movies, you guys. Starman came out in '84.
Starman?
Yeah. Karen Black. Wait, was that her name? The girl who played in Raiders of the Lost Ark? And Jeff Bridges.
Okay, that's that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty good film. I remember liking it. Oh, did he really? I did not know that.
Wait,
because I forgot actually I forgot a lot about Tightrope. In fact, I think I've only seen it once all the way through. I did not remember that his kids were in there. I didn't even remember that his character had kids. Oh yeah, what if? Oh, sorry, Arturo. What if the Dream Warriors from Dreamscape fought Freddy Krueger? Yeah, that'd be interesting to see how that turned out. What year of the 80s was better? Okay, so I know what my opinion is, and I think it's the opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 84. Absolutely.
I mean, it's hard to say though, because every year has a lot of good gems.
Oh yeah, but it was like there were so many in this year, and it was like the 80s were in full swing as far as quality of cinema. You know,
yeah, I think 85 might surprise us too, though. But
yeah, that's true.
I think 84 is
all the Killing Fields.
The best year.
Yeah, Karen Allen, you're right. Sorry, I think Arturo, you and I are both clicking on comments at the same time. Yes, Karen Allen. I got the last
one. Okay.
What? Sorry.
You can be the moderator from now on.
Well, we both are seeing stuff and clicking on stuff. Yeah, same lady in exactly. Raiders of the Lost. I just got her name. I got her name wrong. I was confusing her with somebody else.
She was in a horror movie with the guy with the needle sticking out of his face. You were playing it one time. She was in one of those movies.
Karen Allen?
Yeah.
The girl from Raiders?
Yeah.
She was?
I'm pretty sure you had it playing one time, and she was on there.
Okay, real quick.
For much, let's go.
Was Silkwood 84? I thought it was earlier. I don't remember her being in that.
Yeah, Hellraiser. It was that movie.
Was she really in Hellraiser?
I thought she was.
This is bugging me because I don't remember her being in that, you guys.
I remember. I'm pretty good at remembering people's faces, and I'm pretty sure she was in that movie because.
Oh, Karen Allen was in Scrooge. Yeah, I don't. Okay,
Unless it was someone that looked like her, but.
Yeah, I really don't believe she was.
Maybe it was another horror movie, but I thought it had the Hellraiser in it. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, we talked about Neverending Story.
Real quick. You said...
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I was looking at 85 for some reason. And we were talking about the sequel to Romancing the Stone.
Yes.
You know it was called Part 2, right?
Romancing the Stone... Jewel of the Nile.
Well, yeah, Jewel of the Nile.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyways.
Was that 86 or
85, actually. But anyways.
Really? It came out the next year?
According to my phone, yes. But yeah, 85 has a lot of actually a lot of movies too. Now that I'm looking, but we won't dive into that yet.
Yeah. It's easy to get distracted by all the...
We will dive into probably the games by this point. We've hit 84, so we'll probably do 80. Like, we'll talk about 80 through 84 on that live stream episode because this is before Nintendo stepped in. Kind of.
Yeah, he doesn't think she was in Hellraiser.
Yeah, I didn't.
I guess maybe it wasn't her. Maybe she was playing in a different horror movie. But
maybe.
I thought
Traumatized. Oh yeah, see, we talked about that, but somebody said they thought that the horse came back at the end. So, and I've only seen the movie maybe twice. It's not been very many times.
What does it take to get to a center of a two-seat car? The world may never know.
What? Arturo, you're really chillaxing. Are you ready to end the stream? He's like, he's all laid back. It's like, yeah.
I'm just chillaxing.
Jewel of the Nile. Oh yeah, I remember that song actually. I like that song. I couldn't repeat it now because I don't remember the tune, but I remember liking the song, and the three actors were in the music video, like playing saxophones or something like that. I remember.
Was there a Michael Jackson song that came out in 84? I thought.
I don't think he had an album in 84.
I mean, if you're diving into music, though, that's gonna.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna stay away. I thought we were supposed to be targeted on movies.
Yeah, it's mostly that. Technically, some of his videos are kind of like
Neverending Story and Terminator 2 were the two movies that left the deepest impression on me as a kid. Oh boy, you're getting me tempted. I want to start talking about Terminator 2.
Mom, we're not in the 90s yet. We're not in the 90s yet. Let's not jump a decade.
Okay, so the horse comes back. Okay, all right. It's been forever ago since I saw that movie.
I know what it is. I know, I'm done.
We watched it.
No, Thriller was before 85. Thriller came out actually in
82, 83.
Yeah, like late 82, I think. The album itself, anyway. And the music video, I think, was 83.
Yeah, my mom remembers that.
Yeah, I remember them playing that in math class in middle school.
In the 80s.
Yeah, the Billy Ocean song, yeah. Maybe that video was better than the movie, the music video for that second Romancing the Stone.
Yeah, you said that one wasn't great, right?
No, not really. The first one's better. I mean, the second one, it's okay. It's not horrendous. It's just, I prefer the first one.
Okay.
But Danny DeVito comes back because he was one of the best parts about the first one.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That scene in the police station is one of my favorite scenes. Revenge of the Nerds. Yeah. I never have seen Under the Volcano. I don't think. And I
84 or
maybe because she mentioned Revenge of the Nerds, and that does come up in the 84 list. I think it's Pope of Greenwich Village is the name of the movie, but I don't think I ever saw that. Yeah, I remember Omar Sharif being in the second Romancing the Stone. So anyway, I think we've covered.
I can't think of anything else in 84.
Yeah.
We've gone past. I think this. Do you think this may have been our longest discussion?
I don't know. It's
1
hour and 40 minutes, but
40 minutes.
And we were just kind of briefly touching on a lot of these films. A lot of these we could just talk about it.
Just mention them and then that's it.
Yeah, I knew it was gonna be a long video. Like you said, you didn't even skim
You
them.
guys are freezing. You guys are frozen.
You're freezing.
Really?
You're free.
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay.
You both are freezing on my end.
That's weird. I don't know. Is Aurelia streaming?
Actually, let me see.
I hope not. She's not supposed to be.
I don't think. Maybe she's playing online.
Oh, well.
Online.
I think I can't think of anything else as far as 84 movies go.
Yeah.
There's so many you need to watch, Aurelia. Artur, there's so many you need to watch. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
I mean, this needs to be your New Year's resolution that you're going to watch a lot of these movies we talked about today.
Mm-hmm.
I think you'll like them.
Well,
yeah, that's right. They did come back in War of the Roses. Yeah, that's right.
I guess I could probably, before wrapping, I guess I could promote Discord. We could have a full-on 80s chat on Discord.
On your Discord server?
Yeah, talk about the 80s entertainment stuff. Why not?
It's a never-ending discussion.
I don't understand.
I know.
Link my Discord. That's the problem. I don't know how to do that. I'll need to figure that out.
I still don't understand Discord very much either, and I work on Discord.
I've been like messing with it a bit, and my sister's been helping me. She's got more people on hers than mine.
She's got her own server set up and everything. She's got bots posting video links and doing music and everything.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing that myself. Like, I managed to get a bot like now putting updates, and you can actually make the bot set to a specific channel on Discord to upload. So I know how to do that.
First Terminator the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go back and forth between which Terminator I like better. It depends, I guess, what mood
one's
I'm in.
80s vibe, and horror kind
and
of.
more horror.
It has a different feel to it.
The other is blockbuster.
Yeah.
This one, the first one is what he just said.
It's true. I mean, like I said, it was my number one before Terminator 2 came out. But that's why when I did my listing of my top 10 favorite movies, which you haven't done yet, Corey, and you haven't either, Arturo.
Oh,
have you done the listing of your top 10 favorites?
I don't know if I have.
Movies of all time?
I think we do need to sit down and make a list together as a top 10.
But yeah,
well, I cheated in mine. I made Terminator 2 was my number one, and then 1.5 was Terminator, the first Terminator, because I love them both.
They both have different feels, so it's really, I guess, I don't know. It's tough because Terminator 2 is just bigger and I guess better, depending who you ask.
But the first one has more of this gritty feel of horror mixed with 80s.
Yeah.
And definitely, it's very, it's got a lot of melancholy to it. It's more sad. You know, and it ends on a kind of depressed, anxious note. You know, even though she's for me too, but I still absolutely love T1. But she's safe, but it ends and it's all uncertain. She knows this terrible thing that's ahead of her. And so she's driving off into the sunset and it looks like a big storm. You know, the storm is coming. So it ends kind of sad, sort of scary. You know, unsettled is the feeling at the end.
Yeah, for sure.
Whereas at the end of Terminator 2, it's a feeling of hopefulness is what you're left with. And it's just completely different feels for sure.
Yeah.
But both excellent movies. I'll never get tired of them. I swear.
No,
Never.
I can watch Terminator 1 right now for some reason. I feel like I watch it. If I had to pick one to watch right now, it'd be Terminator 1.
It's been a while since you've seen it, hasn't it?
I mean, probably not.
I think we need to do a review for that too.
I've seen it so many times.
Corey, you need to call off work and not go back home on Tuesday, tomorrow.
But I gotta go. I gotta work Thursday.
Now but he has to leave tomorrow, so
yeah,
the storm on the horizon.
It would have been
The
great.
soundtrack, I love the score for the music. I love the all the songs that they played.
Yeah.
You know,
Was it? I don't know.
That's 85.
Yeah, I don't remember. Okay, because I was getting ready to search because I didn't remember. Yeah, that wasn't 84, but I remember that movie and I remember this song.
Yeah, we completely didn't talk about Road Warrior in 81 either. I kind of forgot about it.
There's a lot, yeah.
I've never seen that movie.
That's probably the most popular one.
Okay, is that the one? All right. So I'm tying back around to the director that I talked with last week for the interview, the guy who directed Fear of the Woods.
Mm-hmm.
And he's actually friends with, oh gosh, I forgot the dude's name.
The director?
Oh. No, I remember the director's name, Titus Parr, but the guy who plays in there, he played in Commando as the bad guy, Bennett. He played Bennett, but he also played in, I think, Road Warrior, the dude with the mohawk.
Yep, I think that.
Okay, so he directed that guy in Fear of the Woods, and I don't know why that popped in my head because we were talking about Mad Max, but that's going to bug me now. What the heck is his name? We talked about him at length in the interview.
To answer this question, 89. You know, as a kid, my favorite was Batman Forever of the original four with Tommy Lee and Jim Carrey. But I
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I really need to go back. No, I like Tommy Lee Jones in that movie too. He was just wacky.
Yeah.
Batman 89, I've really been wanting to go back and rewatch, along with Returns.
I have never watched the second one all the way.
I don't know if I have either.
And not even Batman for I've watched Batman Forever like a lot too when I was young, but I never watched it from beginning to end, just like the others.
Yeah, Forever's really not. It's not Batman and Robin bad.
That's Nicole Kidman, right? No.
Batman Robin?
No. The second one. No, that was Catwoman.
Oh, Michelle
Nicole
Pfeiffer.
Kidman was
Pfeiffer.
Yeah, Michelle Pfeiffer. Yeah, that's right.
Danny DeVito.
Yes, as Penguin. I think the first Batman 89, is probably my favorite of the four.
Right.
Yeah,
I do know some people like Returns better though.
It's been a long time since I've seen any of those.
Everyone chill. We killed the dinosaurs.
The Ice Age.
The Ice Age.
Are you talking?
He is in Weird Science.
Are you talking about the actor that I was trying to remember his name? Gosh, I have got to find his name, you guys. Hold on, because that's gonna.
This is one of the biker guys. Which is next
year. Oh, 85, yeah.
Hold on, here we go. Vernon Wells. I'm so annoyed that I forgot his name. Yeah, we're gonna do 85 next time.
Yeah, 85's pretty loaded too upon further review.
I think the rest of the 80s is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, not that the others weren't, but yeah, Jack Nicholson was a great Joker.
Yeah, these are just more 80s. It's just once you get past 80 and 81 and kind of 82, you really get
the meat of the 80s.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, my dad prefers Jack Nicholson's Joker to all of them. I prefer Heath's Joker. Well, not counting Joaquin's Joker, which I loved, but
I guess it really depends.
Depends on the person. Yeah.
What you're in the mood for, I guess.
Yeah, because I like Jack Nicholson's quite a bit too. So I don't know. That was kind of a good take on like the substance, and then Heath Ledger's was just like a different take.
Yeah, but I loved. Okay, hold on. We have to take a break here. No, we probably couldn't guess, but you got to just tell us.
What is it? Pain. That's his.
I know before we.
Oh, it probably is.
Which I've not seen in forever.
I bet it is. He's being sarcastic and he's being funny.
Yeah.
That's got to be.
Have you seen that?
No, I don't think so.
Funny. It's been a while.
Oh, isn't the dude who plays in that same guy who plays in the Lethal Weapon TV show that I've been doing reactions? Well, I've only put up one episode, but Damon Wayans, isn't that him?
Yeah, it's. I know it's one of the Wayans. I guess it is him. I couldn't remember.
The most of what? Yeah, I mean, I liked the second Batman. I remember when that came out in '92.
I liked Forever. I mean, I was young, but
Eyes of Laura. Oh, all right. We got a horror movie being mentioned here, and that looks interesting to me. I'm going to have to write it down because I don't think I've seen that movie. Eyes of Laura Mars. Huh.
I've not
well, I know I'll need to watch these before we get to 86 or 89.
Major pain is your face. What is that, Arturo?
Just these. I need to watch them before we get to the other 80s topics.
Oh, that's your anime stuff, right?
I think this was, well, technically this was 86 and this was 89, so I probably need to watch these before we get to them.
Yeah, 82 or 83 is the first year in terms of the true 80s aesthetic.
Right.
We had kind of talked about that a little bit in one of the other streams.
Really is, I mean, musically and movies, E.T., and just that was kind of the beginning.
Yes. Because E.T. was 82, right?
Right.
Well, I mean, we just talked about that.
Yeah.
A little while back. Yeah. I'm just still going through these comments. Damon Wayans. Yeah, I think, yeah, it is that. Yeah, it is him. It's been fun watching that show. I've seen 3 episodes, but I've only put up one reaction to it because it takes a while to edit that. And its life has been crazy. 70s had the best. Halloween's my favorite horror movie of all time.
70s had good horror, but
yeah,
to me, I like 80s the best.
That's the thing. The 70s, like I mentioned this before, I think on the podcast. I'm not sure, but and yes, I would have liked to get the podcast out this month, but my computer, sadly. But I remember saying that the 70s had this gritty, dark feel to the films. Not all of them, but some of them. And then the 80s had a brighter feel to them.
Yeah, I mean,
I think when you got into the later 70s, late 70s, it started to get slightly brighter than maybe mid or early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Just that the 80s felt more brighter.
Road Warrior. Yeah, no, I've never have seen Road Warrior. Someone mentioned here about the 89. The thing is, the 89 Batman was, yeah, I actually took it that way too when I first saw it, and I really loved it. And Michael Keaton completely surprised me as the Batman because I never thought I never would have thought he could have pulled it off. Then I saw Batman Begins.
Yeah.
And I went back to watch Batman 89 because I was in the mood for more Batman. And then it was just like, oh my gosh, this is so cheesy and campy. I can't.
Yeah, like there was some scenes that I like saw on YouTube for, getting some footage for the podcast I'm still editing. But like some scenes were a little too cheesy. Like there was this one guy he was fighting that was like running after him with 2 like swords or something, like a samurai, and it just looked kind of cartoonish.
Yeah,
I think I could go back and appreciate it more though now. Sorry, Corey, go ahead.
I was just reading this comment. Yeah, Close Encounters felt 80s even though it was late 70s. Yeah,
It did feel 80s.
also Spielberg though. It's
Yeah, it is.
I think that
That's
has
true.
something to do with it, you know, because I mean you relate a lot of Spielberg movies to the '80s, so
Right.
and it's
It
got
did have that 80s feel. And yes, Shane, I love the Halloween music. It's so scary.
greatest horror soundtrack.
Oh.
Actually, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up right now.
No, you don't need to do that.
Yeah, let's do it. Wait.
I love that John Carpenter came back to do the score in the 2018, and his son was working with him. And I love it's the same thing, but there was this new twist to it that was just amazing.
Yeah.
Like they added that guitar, it sounded like electric guitar type that they were adding to. I loved it. I'm really looking forward to the next movie. Time after time.
But I could tell you a time where my mom after she watched one of the Halloweens, or it was before Halloween, or maybe Halloween night. She was taking out the dogs, and I had my phone. I was helping her out, and I decided, to play some Halloween music for her outside.
Yeah, I was out there close to the scary woods, and he comes out blasting that song on his phone. Thanks a lot.
Let me see. Halloween.
He came in. I don't know if you saw this, Corey, but I was doing a reaction to a Halloween short film.
Mm-hmm.
And I had paused it to talk about something, and the butt comes walking in the office with that Michael Myers mask on, and I'm filming.
The mask that's still over here.
It's over there on the chair. All right.
Hold on.
Oh, geez, here we go. If I have a nightmare tonight, it's your fault. Jeez. Yeah, that's freaky. Yep. I'm not looking at you right now. Hold on. Let's see. Time. Yeah, I don't remember if I've seen Time After Time, actually. That is so freaky, Arturo. Take that mask off.
He just looks like a casual Michael Myers.
Wait a minute. When was Lethal?
He's talking about the movie. That was in the 80s.
Or was that 85?
Was it 87 or 88?
7. Okay.
Okay, got it right the first time. That's a really good movie. Arturo, I don't think you've seen that, but I think you would like it. I'm not talking to Michael. I'm talking to Arturo. Hold on. I'm trying to catch up with. Oh, stop. I'm trying to catch up with all these comments. Yeah. Okay. So, Close Encounter had a lot of that 70s hairstyle pacing and gritty cinematography, and it really, because to me, it does have a taste of the 80s.
Just the Spielbergian. I mean.
Oh, so many cool comments here. The Exorcist, The Omen, Ministry. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there's a lot of
those are some,
Halloween.
Yeah, of course. Halloween's the best one to me out of all of those.
Black Christmas. There's a lot of good stuff.
Black Christmas. That movie has really grown on me because they've been playing that movie on loop on some of the channels.
The guy's creepy. The guy is like,
and he never gets caught.
Yeah.
Yeah. He is creepy, but that's very well done. I did like that movie a lot. Sometimes the style of right. Like 80s sort of became like the early 90s and Ninja Turtles movies, much like the end of the 80s. Yeah, that's true. Turo, that looks really creepy. Okay, The Dark Knight is easily my favorite Batman film, with either Begins or Mask of the Phantasm being my second favorite. Mask of the Phantasm is really good. Pete, where are you from? You're from somewhere overseas. But I'm curious. Yeah, curious to know. And Glenn agrees, I think, with Pete. Just trying to catch up with all.
Yeah, great.
Yes, the mask was a William Shatner mask. We're getting into some Halloween trivia. The mask was a William Shatner mask, and they basically, I did a reaction video to how they worked on the mask. I don't know if you've seen that, Corey, or if you've seen even the original video.
Yeah.
But it was really cool how they did that. I mean, it was so eerie to watch them take a William Shatner face and turn it into Michael Myers.
Still the best looking mask.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, really effectively creepy. Basically because they tried to come up with other masks, and originally they were going to go with a clown mask, and they just didn't feel like that worked. So they spent a couple bucks on this mask and created an icon. What'd you say, Corey?
Except for the opening scene.
Well, yeah. And I wonder if that was sort of a throwback to the original mask they were trying to create. With the little, he's in a clown costume.
Mm-hmm.
Takes a couple of years. That is true. We've talked about that a few times, about how it takes a little bit for decades to sort of get their feel.
Yeah, it's usually like 1 or 2 years into it.
Oh, Major Payne's finally letting us know his favorite film is Major Payne. That did not even occur to me when he put that comment up.
But what is his second favorite?
A little slow, I swear. Yeah. Glenn likes your mask. I'm glad it makes you too hot to wear it, Arturo, because he's really creepy. Black Christmas, I noticed that, and Die Hard, everyone is watching them.
We're talking about the 70s now. We're
kind of veering off because this is what happens in conversations. But that's because of the Christmas.
That's nice.
What's that?
We've gone 2 hours now. That's nice.
Jeez.
You know,
that's how far out of we're talking about favorites.
I was just gonna say this now, but I wish this was our job. We could keep doing this, you know.
I know, because it's so much fun to talk about this stuff. How can you fight a dream? Yeah, that's true. That was the horror of it.
We could just make this as a living, chat with you guys. But there you go.
Yeah, it would be fun.
Get her. Yeah, I should.
Back to what Dave had said.
I'm gonna get you. Yeah.
I think I'm on.
Corey's not scared of Michael, but I am. I'm glad we're in another room.
Don't worry, I'll play some music for her tonight when she takes out the dog.
No, you will not. I'm trying to tie back to what Dave mentioned about. We did touch on that about the horror of the fact that you can't sleep but you have to sleep, and similar to the Body Snatchers movie. Batman '89. Yes, it did have. Yeah, it did have some. It was kind of definitely a darker theme to it.
What is that game? Daylight? Not Daylight. Oh, it's that game where it's like a big crossover like Smash, but it's got horror icons in games.
What year did Dress to Kill come out? I'd mentioned that in one of our other.
Leatherface, I think Jason, Michael Myers, Pyramid Head from Silent Hill.
Mortal Kombat?
It's not Mortal Kombat, but it's got like horror game characters and
where you can play as Michael Myers.
Yeah, I wanted to get. We need to get that so we can do a let's play of you being the survivor and I play Michael Myers. And what's the cool part is, Corey, is when you play
I'm not going to do it.
Michael Myers, if you get close to the victim, it starts playing like the song. You know, and you could also hear Michael Myers like breathing. So, Mom, we need to play that.
Doing his grunting, breathing thing that he does is scary. I'd know. I'm not playing that.
Someone plays as that
character.
character.
Dress to Kill is a good movie. That's a very good movie.
What is?
Arturo has not seen that. You haven't seen it either. It came out in '79, called Dress to Kill. Michael Caine.
Hi, I'm Michael Caine.
Michael Caine, but that was a bit of a spoiler there, so.
I didn't even see it. I was talking about
the thing is scary, right? The thing was scary like that because you didn't know who was one of the, who was becoming affected by the alien parasite, whatever that thing was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good film though.
Dress to Kill. Yeah, he did Body Double. That was on the list. I saw that. I think maybe I saw Body Double once. I don't remember much about it.
Palma did Scarface.
Oh, did he?
Pretty sure.
Okay.
Well,
all right.
Yeah, I don't know what else to talk about.
I mean, I could. There's all these great comments that have been coming in. I was trying to address all of them. or most of them. So as I was
maybe you
going
should
through,
the whole weekly news podcast thing I might do, like just for updates on what to expect on your channel. You know.
I don't know. We'll have to see. We have to schedule these things, as you know,
Well,
because
I think I'm
life
planning
is
to do
busy.
it every week just to keep updates because I wanted to mention to people the situation with editing and all that. Just I can't do much with my computer.
No.
It's a mess.
Hopefully your fan will come in. Oh, wait. What's this? Is he?
Huh.
Was he in that? He would have been pretty young. James Marsters, who Shane is referring to, is an excellent audiobook narrator. He narrates the Dresden Files. I don't know if he does anything else, but he is so good in there.
He's very good.
Yeah, he is. I love his voice acting. So, all right. Well, I guess Arturo's chillaxing, so I can tell he's getting tired.
I think we've covered it.
Yeah,
We covered a lot of material.
This was probably the longest episode we've done tonight for at least one of the 80s.
I think.
Definitely 1984.
I think we kind of knew it would be.
Yeah.
I had a feeling like it was going to be where it was only the movies that I've seen and I know that are really big that came out that year and we weren't going to be able to talk much. Sadly, Matt couldn't, talk about his anime part for the 80s, but we still had a lot to cover here.
Tons.
Sadly, no shows except for the ones that are still going through the 80s at this point. No, I don't know much. But.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I feel more I feel more inclined to talk about movies, just because it's kind of hard to split off into all these different subject matters: movies, songs, music, shows.
Yeah, you can't even go into music because that would be a whole.
Yeah.
I mean, especially '84. That's a big.
I would like to at some point. I don't know if you guys want to.
Okay.
Do point, but
sorry, Shane. I completely misunderstood what you meant.
Maybe next month, or yeah, it might have to be next month.
To do what?
Maybe we should do another podcast about the 90s. Don't you think? I know we'll probably be jumping a little bit ahead, but we could at least do a podcast with the 90s just to get that out of the way. And then when we're done with this, jump to the 90s.
You mean after we're done with the 80s?
Well, no, I was thinking like maybe do the podcast of the 90s next month. That's an open discussion.
Okay, your channels. I'm going to link your channels for them. Hey, Corey.
Yeah.
Have you established your customized URL yet for your channel? Because you've got more than 100 subs. You've got 800 and some subs.
Right.
You can customize your URL.
I don't think he has TubeBuddy.
No, you don't need to have TubeBuddy to do that. You can do it through YouTube.
Well, I mean, TubeBuddy is like really a good thing to use.
Anyways, my channel is Corey Michaels Movies. I don't know if you were messaging.
Yeah, I am putting them up for you.
It was Corey Michaels Movies, and mine's Arturelia.
Oh my goodness. Doing 80s? Yes. That's a good idea.
80s versus action films. Terminator.
We could do
like Terminator versus Rambo, Die Hard versus Lee. That's a good idea.
We could do any verse. Obviously, Terminator would win that.
We could do a discussion about that.
Second one, I need to go back and watch Lethal Weapon again.
I've not seen Rambo. That's like one thing I've not seen.
It's good. Lethal Weapon is good. Rambo's good too, but it's not. I mean,
I know.
Not my favorite.
I never really could get it. I don't know.
Oh, you guys got some subs. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Shane. Thank you for showing up. I hope you can get some rest.
Oh, is he the one that's having trouble?
Yeah, insomnia.
You should try to get CBD oil. I think it will help. I mean, it.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe he can try. The Cook the Thief or what? No, I don't think I've ever seen that movie. I remember the title, but I've never seen that movie.
Oh, Matt Rice, what is your favorite 1984 film? Have you seen any of these that we've discussed? I know you.
The beginning ones you discussed, Terminator. I forget the rest of the ones in the beginning.
Okay, yeah.
Indiana
Oh,
Jones.
Marin was in that. I did not know that.
Mostly the ones in the beginning that you mentioned.
So Indiana
I've
Jones.
seen.
Okay, Indiana Jones, Terminator, Beverly Hills, Cop, Star Trek.
So what's your favorite 84 film to end this?
Oh my.
What's that, Matt?
I didn't really answer the question. Sorry. It was Terminator for me.
Okay.
And Terminator for me too, obviously. So what about for you guys?
That's tough. I like Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I liked it for what it was.
Wait,
Yeah.
I think there was Terminator, Indiana Jones. I haven't seen Beverly Hills, so I can't comment on that.
you're saying it's tough. You can't decide.
What? I said
Wait,
I've not seen Beverly Hills. So I can't.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was distracted with doing a search for.
Time
What are you doing, Levi?
Terminator, Indiana Jones. What was another one that I watched?
I guess, gosh,
I haven't I
I
haven't even seen Conan the Barbarian.
so I guess for me,
Those are the three. Oh wait, Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. Okay, that's.
but have you seen that?
Yeah, the first one.
Huh.
So that's I think 4 I've seen in the 80s. 84.
What's your favorite 84 movie?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I've only seen 4 from 84.
Well, which one is your favorite?
Really? Which one is your favorite?
Are you guys pushing me for Terminator? Is that it?
No,
I
you
didn't answer yet.
pick whatever you want. I'm just trying to.
That's hard.
You haven't seen a lot from 84. You may change your mind.
Terminator probably would be it, just because it was unique at the time.
Well, as you watch more movies from 84, you might change your mind.
I mean, okay,
So
it's probably Terminator and then Indiana Jones.
Oh, Dave's is Gremlins.
I haven't even.
Yes,
part of that.
Gremlins was 84.
Right. Mine would either. It's like a 3-way.
That's the thing. It's really hard. There's too many good films.
It's Terminator, Temple of Doom, and Elm Street.
Yeah, and then.
Really, not Gremlins.
No, not Gremlins. I don't think that
Okay.
makes it 3. Like for rewatchability. Oh goodness, this is tough. I don't know.
That's
those 3
true, Glenn.
I would say something about Terminator, though.
Yeah,
With the
anybody in the
time
comments, if y'all
travel-
want to.
Yeah, some people are answering. Dave said his was Gremlins, and
Okay.
Glenn mentioned Terminator. But yeah, Terminator's. Yeah. Look at that guy.
Let's see.
No pressure, Arturo. I like you.
I know Mom is all into the Terminator.
See, like Corey says, now I'm in the mood for Terminator. It's too late to get started on it, probably, but
Ghostbusters I liked, but I feel like
I kind of.
Neverending Story, Ghostbusters, and Terminator.
I wouldn't mind watching Elm Street right now either for some reason.
I would like to see Temple of Doom again.
Oh my goodness, I'm getting in the mood to rewatch all these movies, you guys.
We need to review the last 3 Star Wars films for one thing, and then we got to review Indiana Jones.
You haven't even edited our reviews for the other ones.
No, because I was editing.
We filmed those months ago.
Mom, I've got more reviews in this hard drive. I have to edit. I got too much.
Okay, so
I need to figure out
what
to do.
would we rate 1984?
Oof.
Pretty high, I would think.
I'd give it a 10.
Yeah.
Maybe a 9 point. Maybe a 9 or a 9.5.
I choose 10, obviously, because Terminator, but not just Terminator, but all of the other excellent movies that came out that year that just really were so good. So obviously, to me, that year is the best of the whole decade as far as movies go.
Right.
I would like to see that Studio Ghibli anime though. That came out in '84, and it looks interesting.
Is it a movie?
Yes, it is a movie. And
Me
they
and
actually,
Matt was supposed
Drummer Girl.
oh, what's that,
forgot
man?
about-
Me and Matt was supposed to go see it, I think, last year, but we never got a chance to see it. I know Matt's seen it before, but I haven't. But we never actually got a chance to see it last year.
Yeah, neither have I. I was wanting to see that too in movie theaters, but just didn't
I
happen.
forgot that he wrote that book.
Well, it's a shame that Robert couldn't make it. I guess he made.
Oh, Shane says 2001 is on TV right now. We were talking about it earlier. Yeah.
Who knows? They might be playing other '80s.
Open the pod bay doors.
I've never seen that movie.
What, 2001?
Odyssey, no.
Yeah.
It's got
Some
good-
people really love it, but
There's
That's the thing. Here's the problem. People, they either overrate something, like they'll say this is a great film. I watch it having high hopes, and then I'm like, I thought it was okay. That sort of. I mean, it really depends. Like, you go into something, you think it's going to be good, and then you're kind of like, all right. I would rather probably go in and watch something without seeing any scores.
this is why I stay away from trailers, reviews, any talk of any movies that I have a huge anticipation for, like Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be influenced in any way.
I accidentally saw the rating for Wonder Woman before.
You what?
I accidentally rating, like IGN's rating for it before you even
I
got to
didn't.
see it.
Yeah, I didn't see that until after I had done the review. Then I started looking at. I was surprised
Mm-hmm.
because I think the reviews are too harsh. So, but that's I did honestly. If I had read all that stuff, maybe it would have influenced my mind. I mean, my thoughts about it. But so I'm glad I stayed away because I really enjoyed that movie.
It is making me look at some of the YouTubers that kind of view Hollywood with the whole wokeness sort of deal, political correctness and all that kind of.
Does each year get only one number from 1 to 10? Oh, I don't know. We never talked about that.
Well, we could rate them all right now, but
I'm ready to actually eat a snack.
yeah, we've been into this.
I know we've been yapping for 2 hours and 16 minutes.
As people
Oh, I didn't know he died last week.
watching us for 2 hours and 16 minutes.
We're just
I would love this.
having
to
a little conversation with everybody.
Yeah, this is fun. I really like
Because
it.
we're entertaining.
I'm glad. Yeah.
I mean, it's nice that you can connect with people all over the world and talk about things that are of interest to everybody.
Hear their story. You know.
Yeah.
So,
I will say for everybody, if anybody here is into gaming, we probably the next thing we will do before we jump back to the films and shows is talk about the games of the 80s. We're rocking the 80s.
I'll let you guys take that one.
Mom,
I'll
you,
bow out of that.
you grew up in the 80s, and you probably played some of those games in the 80s.
Some, but no. You know what? I'm not sure. Let me check because I love Silver Bullet.
Silver Bullet came out in 80s.
Was it 86 or 80,
it's the
85? We get to talk about it next year.
5 is going to be busy too.
Okay, yeah, I see that.
And yes, I mentioned that same film again because that came out in 85. I mean, hey, it came out in 85. I know, I feel like I repeated myself with that film, but
I listened to one of his books, The Night Clerk. I listened to that. And I can't remember if it was before or after I saw the miniseries. I think that's the only book of his that I listened to.
You wanted to watch that tonight, my boy?
I'm kind
Or would you want to play a game tonight?
What are you guys thinking about watching?
Well, I pulled up. I've been wanting to watch Batman '89, and now we've been talking about it. So
Okay, you started off to rewatch Terminator.
I know it's just.
But I kind of want to play Mario
Amanda 64.
Super Mario Bros. 2 from the 80s.
well,
Still
we could play that. Then watch
I mean,
Batman.
With your,
Oh,
Wait,
no,
which year?
and you got to go tomorrow.
Too
That's
much. Which year was
I'm not sure which year was the one, 83.
the one?
If you're talking about, if you're talking about what we're talking about right now, it's 84 movies.
yeah. We were discussing about shows and movies that came out in '84.
And I personally rank that as the best of the whole decade.
So far, and probably just the best in general. I think 85 is.
Oh, I didn't know he wrote that book. 85 is going to have a lot of good ones. Yeah, one on video games would be cool. Yeah, Night Clerk. Yeah, that's I honestly cannot remember. It's frustrating that I can't remember whether I watched it first or listened to it first.
When do you want to do the game?
But that was my introduction to his work,
We can talk about that.
and I enjoyed it. I thought it was good.
Because I was thinking maybe we could do it New Year's Day, but that all depends on my work and your.
That was a cool Batmobile. That looked like the Batmobile in the animated show.
I mean, okay. What I do like about the '89 is that it did kind of go with a little bit of a darker tone to it.
Yeah.
Even though there was some corny stuff to it.
Yeah, but I think the corniness was kind of somewhat expected. You know, I mean, it wasn't like Adam West.
I mean, I could understand Joker, but some of the goons he had, it was like, okay.
Well, that's kind of how the comics. Some of his goons were just over
little
the top
wacko.
Yeah.
But we'll get to Batman in '89 when we get to '89.
The first one we talked about was 80.
Yeah, so we've done 80, 81, 82, 83, and now we've done 84.
Yeah, we did one before that where we talked about the entire decade.
Now, I'm going to mention, guys, when we do the gaming room discussions, there isn't much 80 games that I don't think Corey and I played. I mean, there may be ones that we know about, but we've never played it. So,
between 80 and 84?
80 through 84. I think the only one that, I would recognize is Pac-Man and Mr. Game & Watch. Well, there was Mario Bros.
When did Gabriel Knight come out?
Thought that was the 90s.
Was it 90s? Yeah, maybe it was. Was it 93? See, I'm not going to be any good for the gaming discussion, so.
I wish you would join for that.
But I'm not into gaming like you are. Yeah, it was in the 90s.
Yeah, I do. I can't wait to get into the 90s, though, when it comes to that.
Let's see. The two. 89 was a very strong movie year.
We can't wait to talk about this 90s gem, even though I haven't seen it yet. It looks interesting.
Yeah, that's true. Always watch Adam West. Yeah. I used to have a crush on Adam West Batman. I thought he was so cute when I was a kid. Yeah, definitely definitely an incredible year. So many good ones. I'm really in the mood to watch a lot of these films we've been talking about. Have you seen Firestarter, Corey?
Oof, if I have, it's been a while. It's been a while. I know the premise, but I don't remember much of any about it.
Yeah, I liked it. I think I read the book after I saw the movie. I read it in high school. So, okay. Yeah. It's almost 11:30 here, you guys.
Gotta eat something.
And for some people, it's later, I know. But we've definitely gone on.
Should we go off air? Should we leave?
We should probably
future plans for the next episodes coming.
Okay.
Yeah.
80s are just fun to talk about.
Yeah.
I can't wait to do the 90s. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I know the 90s have a different charm to them, but yeah, 80s is
Firestarter. Yep, with Drew Barrymore.
All right. Well, I hope everybody enjoys. Happy to have Corey Michaels Movies in Corner on for this discussion of 1984.
This was fun. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Yeah, thank you for joining. This was
fun.
Anyways, good
night. Shane. Hope you can sleep well.
Good night.
Bye.